scrap metal you need to sell, give A&J Salvage and Scrapyard in Higginsville a try. Open 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, Saturday 7:30 to noon. Stop by or call 1-800-748-7634.
Well, the Vikings won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so the Wildcats will get the ball. And this Viking defense, ranked number 1 in the country against the pass. They're number 1 in the conference in points allowed. They're number 1 in total defense, in pass defense. They're going to take the field first against this CulverStockton team. Joe, CulverStockton, 442 yards a game. They lead the Heart of America Conference in yardage.
I'm really surprised. You said they outgained Central Methodist by over 200 yards. That really surprises me because Central's got a good football team. So if they did that, they've got to have some weapons. We said earlier in the year it looked like this team was much better this year. They haven't won any conference games yet, but this could be it's one of those games you can't take too lightly. You've got to have your A game and be ready to go.
Dan Morrow will kick it off to start things. Let's take a look at the wind. The flags behind us to the west are rippling in the breeze, but I take a look at the flags on top of the goalpost. Not a lot of movement, especially on those on the north side. They may be blocked by the Malcolm Center, but on the south side, a little bit of a breeze out of the northeast. The Wildcats in their white jerseys, the gray pants with the blue helmets. The Vikings in all purple with the best helmet in the conference, that orange helmet with the Viking logo on the side. And we're about ready for homecoming football this afternoon. And going back deep for the Wildcats, Javon Willis and Andy Smith.
Yeah, Dan Morrow. Dan's been doing a good job of getting his kickoffs deep. A lot of those have gone out of the end zone. A little bit of a tailwind, so let's see if he can do that this time.
Morrow ready, and this homecoming game underway. The Vikes lost last week. They need to get on a run. There could be no return of this one. This sails to the back of the end zone. It's grabbed there by Andy Smith, but he was standing on the white at the back of the end zone. So Jake Hoffman, he's been the starter. They've pulled him. They bring him back in. He's starting today. 34 out of 92, 4 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, only a 37% completion rate. Roman Lewis may get some time there as well. Desmond Phillips is the main running back, 624 yards. He's third in the conference in rushing. He has 6 touchdowns. Jake Klychek, Nick Hall are the main receivers. Hall, 43 catches already. The tight end is Luke Heff, and the other wide receiver is Will Kona. So first down, I formation for the Wildcats from the 25 after the touchback. They send the tight end Heff in motion from right to left. Now he settles in on the left side of the formation. And on first down, the Wildcats run the ball, and they get across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. And that is Phillips carrying the football, Desmond Phillips.
Yeah, good D by the left side of the Viking line that time. A host of tacklers in there, good pursuit. A gain of about 3 on the play, second down and 7.
Vikings up front, Ty Phillips, Kyraton Kilgore, and Brad Wolf. The linebackers, Ricky Williams, Jacob King, Roy Hill, and Toa Hogan. On second down, they want to throw. A roll and throw to the side. It is complete. It'll be a first down, I think, as the pass is complete. And then Ricky Williams ran him out of bounds, but it looks like the pass was caught for a first down.
May look like a little bit of mix-up in coverage that time for the Vikings. I think Ricky Williams ended up having the receiver. He was a couple of steps late getting there. So, again, CulverStockton gets the game's first down.
And that was Nick Hall, his 44th catch of the season. So first down at the 37-yard line. They'll keep this one on the ground, and a good first down gain of about 4 yards out to the 41-yard line. Ever Torres and Sean Mitchell to the tackles, Alex Southall and Nick Curlin to the guards, and Austin Beebe the center. Vikings defensive backfield. Byron Evans had that pick 6 last week. Christian Walker, Jonathan Battle, and Michael Barnes. But another nice game, Joe.
Yeah, it was. And the offensive line of Culver did a good job with a good surge that time. And so Vikes need to get a big play on the defensive end as Culver's had some positive yardage so far.
Trips to the left side. Coney's out there along with Hill and Klychek on the second down. Now they'll send a man in motion on the second down play. And this is going to be a quarterback draw. Vikings sniff this one out for very little gain and get out about the 42-yard line. So After all that movement, Hoffman with a quarterback draw picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Jacob King was there on the stop for the Vikings. He was one of the guys that got there quick to make that stop. So big 3rd down play right here. Ball resting right on the 42-yard line. First drive of the game. No score with just over 13 minutes to play in the first quarter.
This club is hungry for a win. Jeff Duvendeck, the head coach in his 4th season. 3rd down and 5 from the 43-yard line. Hoffman back to throw, rushes on, throws, completes it, and it's going to be awfully close to a first down. Nick Hill made the catch, avoided the tackle, and he may have the first down at the 47-yard line. He does. Just in time, the rush on by Ricky Williams.
Jonathan Battle there on the coverage for the Vikes began a step slow getting there, so the Williams open for the first down, and Culver again on the move. That's their second straight first down.
Again, this club had 577 yards of offense last week against CMU. Christian Walker up to play a little press defense on Hill on the first down from the 47-yard line. Hoffman saw something he didn't like, takes the timeout. So, 2 first downs by the Wildcats. 12:21 to go in the first quarter. No score, but the Wildcats on the move. We're back in a minute on the Viking Sports Network.
The winds, they are a-changing. New weather is blowing in, and boy, can it mess with your tresses. Whether it's a fresh new look or just some good, healthy maintenance, Anita Haircut in Marshall can help you tame that mane, add a few highlights, change up your color, or try a completely new style for a fresh new look. Anita Haircut has over 20 years of experience, great prices, friendly service, and she can style the whole family. Call 886-5662 to schedule an appointment, or stop by Anita Haircut on West Morgan in Marshall today.
Another school year, classmates, school activities, and homework all require the tools to make the grade. No better way to support students than with their own iLand internet connection. iLand can provide you a connection for the low price of $10 a month for 1 megabyte of speed. You heard right. 1 megabyte speed will only cost you $10 per month. 2 megabytes, $20 per month, and so on. It's simple math that adds up to savings for mom and dad. Find out more at iland.net. Connection type is wireless. Fees as well as access must be determined via a free on-site survey. Fees and taxes not included in promo pricing.
On the first down play, Hoffman swings it to Desmond Phillips out of the backfield, and he picks up good yardage into Viking territory at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6. Here's a guy that comes in. 37% completion, Joe. I don't think he's had a miss yet in this first half.
No, he hasn't. That time Ricky Williams made an ankle tackle, but Phillips scrambled for about 4 yards after he got hit. So pretty good first down play. Second down and 4 yards to go. So Culver, the offense looks pretty good thus far.
Flycheck stays in the block. He is in that backfield along with Phillips. Hill goes in motion across the formation to the right. Now spins and comes back to the left. They're going to run it to the left, and looking for running room is Phillips. Nothing there. They tried to go to the right. He tried to cut back to the left, and he was grabbed by 2 or 3, and it may have been Kilgore, the first one to get him right in the middle of all that. Kyronton Kilgore, the freshman out of Florissant, Missouri.
Kyronton fought off a block that time. He made a great play. Somebody put a pretty good block on him. He spun off that block and right to the ball carrier. Also in there on that stop for the Vikes was Roy Hale, the linebacker. So good play by Kilgore.
Hale has 36 tackles, make it 37 now coming in this game. Doing a great job. That linebacker spot, the junior out of Riverside, California. Third down and a long 5 for Hoffman. He rolls, he looks, he throws. It is caught inside the 30 to the 29-yard line to Nick Hill. Boy, they are finding Nick Hill, and Hoffman has yet to throw an incompletion. It'll be first down at the 29-yard line of the Vikings.
And Jacob King and Ricky Williams had pretty good pressure that time on the quarterback. He made a great throw right along the sideline there. So Culver taking that ball all the way from their own 25. They're down inside the Viking 30-yard line here. Still in the first quarter, 10:35 left, no score.
Impressive opening drive and a good job by Hoffman out of Red Bud, Illinois. First down, wants to throw again to the sideline, and this time he misses on the attempt to Will Kona. Kona flanked out to the left, and that pass short hopped him. Who do we have? We had a basketball player from Red Bud, Illinois, one of the guards a couple of years ago.
That wasn't Opie, was it?
It was Opie.
Was it Opie? Is that who it was?
He was from Red Bud,
I can't remember
Illinois.
Opie's name. I just remember
called him Opie.
Yeah, Opie,
Good guard.
Oh, yeah.
Illinois.
Hard-nosed ball player.
Second down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Once again, Kona goes wide to the left side. Hill wide to the right. Vikings back off of him a little bit. I formation. Under center is Hoffman. They'll keep it on the ground to Phillips. Looks for a hole, finds a seam, and will pick up about 3 as he runs out to the numbers to the right side and gets down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Stephen Thayer, I think the first man to get there and make stops. Stephen slowed him up, and looks like Roy Hale. Roy down on his knees on the right in front of the Viking bench right now. Looks like maybe hope it's not a knee or an ankle. He looks like he's writhing in pain right now.
Well, we'll take a quick break while they work on Roy Hale, and we'll come back. No score, but Culver driving. We're back in a minute. Viking Sports Network.
What makes Lime Cooler Insurance Services stand out above the rest? Hi, I'm Brandy.
And I'm Robin. At Lime Cooler Insurance Services, we have smiling faces. We enjoy each of our clients in taking care of your needs. Then there is the fast and efficient service. We are trained to provide you the best service possible.
When it comes to a people-friendly insurance agency, you've just described Lime Cooler Insurance Services, located at 450 West Boyd in Marshall. We want your business.
At Lime Cooler Insurance Services, it's our family taking care of your family.
If you have friends and family planning to visit for the holidays but don't have the space for everyone, direct them to the award-winning Comfort Inn Marshall Station. Their manager, Gracie Bowles, guarantees that your family will truly be living in comfort at Comfort Inn Marshall Station. With a hot breakfast, indoor pool, spa, free local calls, and their convenient location on West College, the award-winning Comfort Inn Marshall Station is the place for them to stay. Call them today at 886-8080. That's 886-8080.
Big third down play coming up as Hales helped off the field. Empty backfield, 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right for Hoffman, who takes the snap, rushes on, throws it deep, and it is knocked away at the last moment. Good defense as they were trying to get that one deep into the corner, and a nice job by the Vikings to knock that one away, and they will force a 4th down.
Yeah, that was Stephen Thayer, the junior defensive back out of Manteca, California, and it looked like receiver was open for just a minute, but Thayer closed quickly, got a hand up and batted it away, so a big defensive play. It looks like now a field goal attempt by CulverStockton will be about a 34-yard attempt. 44-yard attempt.
Eric Zamudio from the right hash mark. You're right, 43-yard attempt from the right hash mark into the breeze. Zamudio's kick, a line drive. He spins it up, and he missed it wide left. He tried to get a little more leg into that. Coming into that kick, Zamudio was 8 out of 10, his longest 47, so he does have the leg, but missed that one. Boy, Joe, if you're Culver, you have a nice drive, but come up empty.
Yeah, that kick looked like one of the carnival rides, kind of those rides that spin around. I hate to ride those kind of helicopter, but never did really have a chance. So give the Viking defense credit. They bent that drive but did not break, and Culver comes away empty-handed. Vikes will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Look down here. The trainers are working on Roy Hale down below us, and hopefully he'll be all right.
He's been a very active defensive linebacker, been in on a lot of tackles so far this season.
Well, the Vikings take over on their own 27-yard line. They want to throw on 1st down, and now Reyes decides to run it. Nobody was open. He breaks the tackle and gets across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line to pick up good yardage on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 4.
Brought down by Andy Staten, 6'5" junior out of Dowagiac, Michigan. I bet you've never been there.
Dowagiac, Michigan. No. You know, Coach Duvendek, though, does recruit a lot of Michigan players. Here's a nice catch by Mikael Johnson. And there's a flag thrown. It's going to be a face mask on top of that. We had Mikael on the pregame show, made a nice catch over the middle, and you could see someone yank at that face mask, and he made the catch at the 45, and 3 flags come flying in there.
CulverStockton trying to say Mikael didn't have possession of that ball, said he was juggling it, but I think he did bring it to his chest, and yeah, flags came from everywhere, so the officials huddling right around the 45-yard line. Let's get the call.
Personal foul, face mask. Bruce Reyes comes in this game, 81 out of 138, 7 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions, and about 59% completion rate. But after the penalty, look at this, the ball all the way down to the Culver 39-yard line. We'll give you the rest of the Viking starters after this play. Malachi Daniels is the starting running back. He leads the running backs with 279 yards rushing. Reyes wants to throw, though. Pocket holes. He's got a man there and overthrew him. That was Jarrell. Jarrell Davis was open between 2 defenders at the 20-yard line, but that pass sailed over his head. I mentioned Malachi Daniels, Nigel Dawn, Elliott Hawkins, Joe. Hawkins 269 yards rushing, Malachi 279, and Daw 200. So nobody has great numbers, but over 600 yards between the three of them.
By having three guys like that, you keep fresh legs in the game most of the time.
Second down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Reyes wants to throw to the sideline, completes it to McDaniel, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet using that leg drive and gets down to the 32-yard line. So turned about a 2-yard gain into a 7-yard gain. Nice job by Dylan McDaniel. It'll be third down and 2.
Little bubble screen that time. Andy Smith, defensive back for CulverStockton, a junior out of Defiance, Missouri, made a good play. So third and short for the Vikes. Big third down play here.
Ball to the 31-yard line. Daniel stays in the backfield. Reyes swings it out, and it's dropped and now picked up, but that's going to be an incomplete pass as Jarrell got his hands on. Pass was kind of behind him. It was a forward pass. It'll be fourth down and 2. He's going to bring in Dan Morrow. The Vikes going to go for it.
I think you go for it here. I think it's a little far out for a field goal, even though Dan's got a good leg. That'd be over a 50-yard attempt, so I think they're going to go for it.
Mikael Johnson comes out. Kent Young, a tight end, checks in. Vikings will send Stephen Ellefson wide to the left side. McDaniel's wide left, as is Jarrell Davis. On third down and 2, and they run the quarterback draw and get the first down. 3 wide receivers to the left, fake the handoff to McDaniels, or to Daniels, and then Reyes with a quarterback draw picks up a first down to the 27-yard line.
Give Malachi Daniels a lot of credit like that. He acted like he had the ball. He drew a couple defenders to the outside, then Bruce just tucked it in and pulled it out, and then took on off on the left side, picked up the first down. Good play call that time.
That's a big part of the Viking offense, that quarterback draw, or it has been. First down, 28-yard line. Another pass is picked off, and this is to midfield all the way to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20-yard line. Bruce Reyes made a huge mistake and threw that one right to the defender.
Andy Smith, that's the guy who made a big play a minute ago on defense. He's a junior. He's out of Defiance again, and he was pretty defiant that time as he stepped right in, jumped that route, and, boy, took it in full stride. And give Stephen Ellison credit. Stephen stopped a touchdown down around the 15-yard line. But Culver in great field position, and, boy, they've got some life now.
Joe, on the year now, Bruce Reyes, 7 touchdowns but 9 interceptions.
Just a bad choice that time.
Yeah, that was just nobody there. He jumped the route, and he threw it right to him. So the Viking defense will have to go to work from the 15-yard line, I formation, first down. Hoffman under center. The Vikings had a great chance to score. Here's Phillips, and he gets a yard or two. The Vikings dive, and the ball is loose, and the Vikings may have it. Let's see. Vikings say they have it, but I think they're going to rule the play down. They're going to rule the play down after a short gain by Phillips.
Well, the defense came through last time. It looked like Culver was going to drive in for a score, and the Viking defense stepped up and put the whammy to the Cats. So let's see if we can do it again. There's 8:01 left to play in the first quarter. Still no score, but Culver, their second drive into Viking territory.
1 wide receiver right, 1 left. Now they'll send man in motion out of the backfield. That is Octavius Bolton. Hoffman wants to throw, swings it over the middle, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver, Phillips, and that was dangerously close to being intercepted, and it'll be third down at about 6.
Good pressure that time by sophomore lineman Brad Wolf out of Bolivar. Brad stands 6'4", and he had those arms right up, hands right up in Hoffman's face, so give him credit for helping out on that defensive play. Big third down play here for the Cats.
So if nothing else, you want to stop him to a field goal attempt here.
Yep.
After the big interception by Smith and the long return. Third down and about 7. Hoffman takes the snap. Now he may want to run, and he's hit it. He's going to be sacked. That'll go as a sack. He'll lose a couple of yards. He couldn't get away. I see 45. Ty Phillips is in there. Kilgore is in there. Ricky Williams.
Yeah. The whole middle of that line. Both linebackers, Williams was there, and then Kilgore and Phillips off that defensive line came in. So looks like they're going to try another field goal. This will be about a 30, 31, 32-yard attempt.
Again, from the right hash mark, Eric Zamudio. Where's number 99 on that white jersey? Ball down. Kick is on the way. The Vikes go for the block. They don't get it, and that one is up, and it's good. So the interception and the long return result in 3 points for CulverStockton. So it's 3-0. The Wildcats with the lead, and Paul Troth is unhappy about something out there. He is out in the field. I don't know what he saw, but he is out about the 20-yard line, and he is about as animated as I can see Paul Troth right now. He is not happy with something that happened during that play. But as it is, it'll stand as a 31-yard field goal, 6:58 to go, 3-0 Culver on the Viking Sports Network.
When you're looking for fast in-field service for your farm tires this fall, phone Firestone first. Your friendly certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer can get your flat fixed in a flash to get your field work finished. In fact, along with friendly farm service, you'll find famous Firestone tires rated first for productivity. This fall, for fast in-field service for your flat farm tires, phone Firestone first. Firestone, the leader in the field.
For fast infield service, phone your certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer. That's Deems Tire Service in Marshall.
Hi, this is Frank of Frank's Appliance. You know my dad has been servicing your appliances and offering quality used appliances here in Marshall and the surrounding area for the past 32 years. And we are still doing it today. New or old, we have the knowledge and experience to fix the problem. Hey, it's a fact of life. Things are going to break. And we believe in the old saying, if it's broken, we fix it, not throw it away. So if you need repairs or quality appliances, call 886-6021 today.
Ricky Fuentes returning that kick, slipped, went down at the 6-yard line, so that's where the Vikings will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 6. I do not know what Paul Troth was upset about, but after that field goal, he was out on the field, and he was hot.
Yeah, he really was. And Paul does not get that animated that often, so it must have been something pretty serious, but didn't see a flag or anything. Don't know what they'll have to ask him after the game what that was all about. But Vikes take over with not very good field position, 1st and 10 on their own 6-yard line. That's the last thing you want when the other team's kicking into the wind to have them pin you back on your 6.
Well, the Vikings were deep in Culver territory, but the interception, big return, flipped field possession, and the Wildcats got the field goal. Reyes now will take the snap. They're going to throw out of the end zone. He throws it deep and overthrows his intended receiver.
You know, the Vikes,
Dorian Stannard, he had a step on the defender, but that pass was overthrown a good 5 or 6 yards.
I don't think the Vikes have tried a running play yet. They had that one play Bruce Reyes ran on that quarterback option where he picked up the first down, but that's been it so far.
So 2nd down and 10. We're in the first quarter, 3-0 Culver, and right now the Viking fans who are here, not much to cheer about. They'll swing this one out. Ellefson makes the catch, but sandwiched at the 11-yard line. The first to hit him was Andy Smith, and that is a short gain. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Smith on the tackle. Also in there was Harley Schaffner, a senior linebacker out of Huntington Beach, California. So 3rd down and 4 for the Vikes. Big 3rd down play here. They'll have to punt it away if they don't make it.
Schaffner and Enos lead this team in tackles. Here's a swing out of the backfield again. And it's just nope, they're going to be shy of the 1st down as they got this one to Daniels, but he couldn't make the move, and the Vikes are going to have to punt, I think. Yeah, that ball's at the 15-yard line. They're 2 yards shy, so this offense threw an interception and now 3 and out. And they're calling on the defense one more time to stop the Wildcats.
Good second effort that time by Malachi Daniels. He put a nice move to the inside, but just couldn't quite get loose enough for the 1st down. So Jason Maid's going to stand right on his goal line, his first punt of the day.
3-0 Culver. They've feeling it right now. Here's the snap. Here comes the rush, and they almost got there. And Maiden booms this one. And it's going to be taken and then going down at the 37-yard line. Great punt by Maiden. Had the wind at his back. Jason comes in averaging 41.9, and the Vikings needed that to flip field position a little bit.
Stephen Thayer down there very quickly, and as soon as that ball was caught, Stephen right there. So good punt, good coverage by the Vikings. So let's see, we've already given the ball away once. Let's see if we get a takeaway here.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. Will Kona wide to the left side. Hill, their main receiver, wide right. And they have been effective. Hoffman. And we'll keep it on the ground. Vikings are there. They miss a tackle, but then they're back to the line of scrimmage. I think we're going to have a hold anyway. They give it off to Phillips. Boy, he got by one defender who was in the backfield and then was leveled after a gain of a yard. Referee threw that flag, and that's probably a hold. And that hold is going to be called on Going to call the hold on Alex Southall. Southall, the guard. And he was holding. I didn't see who that was holding on. I think it was Steven Seals.
Well,
Seals was back there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was there, but Jonathan battled Dario Marquez there to make that initial, or that final stop for the Vikes. But that's all for naught, as it is a 10-yard holding penalty. First down and 20 for the Cats.
They have the ball back inside their own 30-yard line now. As Hoffman, with an I formation behind him, will hand the ball off to Phillips. Phillips slips as he gets to the 31. Tried to cut it back inside. Picks up a few of those yards. It'll still be second down at about 16. We're down to the 5:19 mark of the first quarter, and the Vikings trail 3-0.
Phillips, pretty shifty runner. That time he planted his foot and cut back to the inside and got a short gain on the play, gain of only about 2, but he got a little something out of nothing.
This Viking defense, they want to get the ball back for the offense here. Now Eli Kabakang comes wide to the left side. 2 wide receivers right. That's the way Hoffman looks. Throws. It is caught and dropped. Tried to get it to Will Kona, and Kona had his hands on it but dropped it. It would have only been about a 6-yard gain, but as it is now, it'll be 3rd and 16.
Christian Walker, a nice hit. Christian hit him about the same time the ball got there and did jar it loose. So pretty good defensive play. So Vikings just need not to make a big mistake here. 3rd and a whole bunch for CulverStockton.
Octavius Bolton comes into the backfield for the Wildcats.
It looks like you mentioned Steven Seals. He looks like he's in place of Roy Hale right now at that linebacker position. Yeah, Roy's still on the sideline.
Steven is from Bridgeton, Missouri. 3rd down and long. Hoffman back to throw. Rush coming from the right side. Pumps one, throws deep. Caught. First down. Oh, it's Hoffman right on the money. And that is a first down at the 40-yard line of the Vikings. Hoffman rolling to his left through a strike. It was 3rd and 16, and this team, I told you they can move the football, and it's 1st and 10 at the Viking 40-yard line.
Well, there again, Jonathan battled on the coverage, but Jonathan a step late getting there, and it's a first down. So, boy, Hoffman, I tell you, I see why this team leads the conference in offense. They've got some weapons in the passing game.
3rd and 16, and they pick up huge yardage. First down, under center is Hoffman. They hand the ball off. Nice run, about 3 or 4 yards for Bolton, who was in there, his first carry. And that's a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I see Michael Barnes getting up off the pile there. Michael came up from his secondary position. And so Vikes need to stop here. 2nd down and about 7.
Kona, who made that big 3rd down catch, goes wide to the right side. Hill wide to the left. I formation. Ball at the 37-yard line of the Vikings. This Wildcat team has controlled this first quarter. They hand it off. Not much there for Bolton. He gets to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Coach Jeff Duvendeck has to be pleased with what he's seen from his Wildcats here in this first quarter.
Yeah, pretty good surge that time by the left side of the Viking line in a very small gain. So 3rd down, let's call it 3rd down and about 6. So another big 3rd down play is that ball resting right on the 36-yard line. CulverStockton in Viking territory. 3:12 left to play. Culver leads at 3-0.
Dario Marquez checked in after that last play out of the pistol. Hoffman wants to throw, and is it a catch or an incomplete? He tried to get it to his tight end. He was under duress, so he threw it low. Half reached out, got his palms on it, but couldn't keep it off the turf. So it's 4th down. They'll go for it on 4th down here.
Nice pressure that time by Ricky Williams. Ricky blitzed from that inside linebacker position. He got right in Hoffman's face. And like you said, the quarterback had to unload the ball much quicker than he intended. So Vikes need a big stop here on 4th down.
Half tried to keep that ball off the turf, couldn't do it. So 4th down. Crowd trying to get into it for this defense as they'll go for it here. Out of the shotgun set. Hoffman takes the snap. Rush coming up the middle. Throws, completes it to Hill. 1st down. Huge pressure by Kilgore, and Hoffman stayed in there, got it to his favorite receiver, and he got the nose of the football over the 30-yard line. That's a first down.
Stephen Thayer there to make the stop for the Vikings, but once again, a very good pass under duress by Hoffman. It was really funny that time on that play. Octavius Bolton was trying to he was signaling to the Culver crowd to get up. It got the Valley crowd started making noise when he did that. Guys, you're on the road today.
Well, what a drive now, and I'll tell you what, Culver has controlled this first quarter. Getting big third down plays. Hoffman throws, it's overthrown. In fact, his receiver, Hill, cut to the inside. The pass went toward the sideline. It'll be second down and 10. Coverage on that play for the Vikings by, I believe Johnson was back there on the cover.
Johnson and Byron Evans was there also, and so pretty good coverage by the Vikes, an ill-thrown pass that time by Hoffman. That's one of few today. Ball right on the 30-yard line, second down and 10 for the Cats as we near the 2-minute mark in the first quarter.
3-0, Culver with the lead on KMMO Marshall, Stretch Internet, and Livestream.com. It's homecoming, and right now the CulverStockton Wildcats are having some fun. Second down and 10. I formation. They'll hand it off, and not much there as Bolton tried to go left, cut it back to the right, and ran right into the pursuit, picked up a yard. It's 3rd and 9. Now a flag is thrown. Let's see who this one's on. So if this is on one of the Vikings, and the way I saw Brad Wolf look up at the sky, it might be on him. I don't know.
Muyed Maxwell made a nice stop on that play, but I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be against the Vikings, it looks like, I think. Yep, it is against the Vikings. That's going to be a big one. 15-yard penalty. That's going to take the ball all the way down inside of the 15-yard line.
Wow. Well, you don't need that. And Brad Wolf called for the penalty. So it's first down at the 14-yard line. Viking offense had the ball deep in Culver territory, and Bruce Reyes threw an interception, and that play resulted ultimately in a field goal and really changed momentum of this football game.
Don't want to go behind 10-0 here. Really need for the defense to step up here.
Hill goes in motion, and they want to – Hoffman's going to keep it, nowhere to go, and he hits the deck back at the 19, and right on top of him was Ricky Williams.
I think he's hurt, too. I think Hoffman hurt his leg. Like he's holding that right leg or right knee right now, and he's lying on his back right now. So that would be a huge blow to CulverStockton if he has to leave.
Yeah, he went down in a heap right at the 14-yard line. We need to take a break. 3-0 Culver. They're on the march again on the Viking Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Barbara Burns with AccuQuest Hearing Centers, encouraging you to schedule a free, no-obligation hearing evaluation today. Too often I see people putting off hearing evaluations for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's because you have a set of hearing aids sitting in a drawer that didn't work for you. Maybe you think hearing aids are too expensive. Maybe it's because you think people will think less of you. Whatever the reason, let AccuQuest help. We don't just sell hearing aids, we sell satisfaction, like a 30-day trial period, up to 3 years full-service warranty including loss and damage, free in-office repairs, cleanings, and adjustments for the life of the hearing aids, and a free annual diagnostic evaluation. We also offer no-interest payment plans, and our hearing aids can be so small they virtually go unnoticed. There simply is no good reason not to let AccuQuest help. You'll recover the life you're missing along with your hearing. Call AccuQuest Hearing Centers in Marshall and Sedalia at 831-5048 or 826-0180.
Well, unfortunately, and it was not by hit, Jake Hoffman went down, and they help him off the field. He's not putting any pressure at all on that leg. So Roman Lewis out of Huntington Beach, California, checks in. He's a senior.
And I see, speaking of injuries, I see Roy Hale right down in front of us trying to loosen that. Looks like that right leg up. So Roy's been out the last 2 series for the Vikings, the linebacker.
Desmond Phillips stays in as a running back. Roman Lewis will take his first snap. And, boy, Hoffman was moving this football team.
Yes, he was. He was throwing the ball. He's had some pretty good numbers already.
Lewis is 15 out of 36, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Let's see what this young man can do. 5'11", 185-pound senior.
They've got a bunch of players from Huntington Beach, California.
Coach Duvendek is going to build this program. Half the tight end will line up on the right side. 2nd down and 14 after the loss on that play that injured Hoffman. Now they want to keep it on the ground and get back to the line of scrimmage, I think, maybe a yard. Ball might have come loose, but he was down. That's Phillips, not much there, and it's 3rd down and 14.
I think that was Jacob King that came up from the linebacker position to make that stop that time. So another big 3rd down play, going to be 3rd down and looks like about 13. So Vikes need a stop here.
A minute 37, first quarter, and Culver has controlled the ball most of the quarter. This broadcast brought to you by Geyer Chemical and Geyer Gas Houstonia, Bo Decker Construction Multiban, Joanne's Restaurant in Marshall, and Missouri Valley College. Good crowd on the overlooking the field on that north end at Malcolm Center for Student Life, and now whistle and a timeout. And who's going to take this one? I think the Wildcats will take their 2nd timeout. So another timeout. We'll step aside as well. 1:18 to go. 3-0 Culver. We're in the first quarter on the Viking Sports Network.
GE Profile Series appliances offer the best in contemporary design matched with the latest kitchen technologies. Every appliance displays a sleek, cosmopolitan, and modern look that matches your every last taste in the kitchen and home. GE has offered 100 years of performance, quality, style, and innovation. And we're just getting started. See the GE Profile appliances at Charlie's Appliance Sales and Service, 450 West Boyd in Marshall, where you will also find a complete service department ready to meet all of your service needs too.
Conagra Foods of Marshall takes pride in their company and the community. They constantly strive to create a workplace where employees love what they do, are encouraged to volunteer in various community programs, and are proud to be part of a company that cares about the community, the country, and the planet. As local producers of kid cuisine meals, Marie Callender pasta, banquet dinners and pot pies, and Healthy Choice Cafe steamers, Conagra Foods is committed to your continuous nutritional health. Conagra Foods, a great company and a great place to work.
After the timeout, 3rd down and 14. Lewis takes the snap, wants to run right up the middle. He's well shy of the 1st down, but they'll set up another short field goal. So Coach Duvendek thinking, I need points out of this. It was 3rd and 16. The Vikes stop him at the 12-yard line, but they forced a field goal attempt.
Well, that looked like a quarterback draw play, a quarterback designed run play, and the Vikes knew they needed quite a bit. So pretty good job now. Going to try another field goal, and this will be Zamuda in there again to try to make it a 6-0 game.
Zamudio's hit one. He's 1 for 2. This is a very short field goal, again from the right hash mark. 29 yards. This one is on the way. It's up, and it is good. So Culver with a couple of field goals here in the first quarter. And, Joe, you know what? Even though it's 6-0, it could be worse. The Vikings probably pretty fortunate they're only down 6-0 right now.
Yeah, you've got to feel good. That's the 3rd time that Culver's penetrated into scoring range, and only 2 field goals. So, again, the Viking defense bends but doesn't break, but offense needs to get something going here.
We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back with the kickoff on the Viking Sports Network.
Homie here with Heinzler Brothers in Marshall. I've been told we ain't much to look at.
You got that right, homie.
And we don't know much.
I'd agree with that.
But when it comes to your metalwork needs, we're the guys to call.
Y'all are nuts, but you do know welding.
So call Ernie, Bob, and homie. We're the nuts that make the bolts fit together.
Heinzler Brothers in Marshall. We're just nuts about what we do. Call 886-7775.
Zamudio will kick off. And back deep, Jarrell Davis and Ricky Fuente.
Bad thing about it is we've given up 2 scores. The good thing is we can erase that lead with one big play. So let's see if we can get something done here on offense.
2 field goals in a quarter really dominated by the Wildcats. Zamudio into the football, and this one sails into the wind, deep into the end zone, and Jarrell says, I'm going to take a knee. So good job by Zamudio. And the Vikings will take over at the 25-yard line, but they've got to get this offense going. They have not had a running play yet. Bruce Reyes has a big interception, and the last time they had the ball was 3 and out. The offensive line, Roy Wolfham at center, Nick Tall and Derek Millhop the guards, Zach Gibson and Zavon Moore the tackles. I mentioned Jarrell Davis.
I look for a running play right now. Hawkins, I believe, is in the backfield.
First time we've seen Elliot Hawkins, young man out of Spiro, Oklahoma. On first down, Ellison is wide to the right side. They want to throw again. This time they get it to Ellison. The young man from Marshall stretches across the 30-yard line out to the 33, about an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Jeff Treadway, a defensive back out of Columbia, Missouri, there to make the stop for CulverStockton, but a pretty good quick out to Ellison, and he gets 8 on the play. So good first down play. How much do I know? I said run, and here they throw it.
This defense has about 15 sacks this year. They do a good job. And on 2nd down, Hawkins got almost a missed handoff between he and Reyes. They kind of ran into each other in the backfield. They're going to be shy. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. Joe, you need a first down here. You've got to move the football.
That's the end of the quarter. Yeah, we need to pick this one up.
End of the quarter. It's 6-0 Culver. This Viking offense is rather stagnant. Let's see if they can pick it up when we come back for quarter number 2 in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
At Coleman Collision in Marshall, they know you have a choice when it comes to collision repair. Bucky has been doing vehicle repairs for over 10 years. If you wreck your car, take it to Coleman Collision and Bucky will take care of the rest. Whether you need repair, bring work, or paint, the work has a lifetime warranty and you'll get your vehicle back as quickly as possible. If you need a reference, just ask your neighbor. And if your vehicle needs a little fixing, see Coleman Collision on South Odell.
This is Bucky, making repairs invisible since 2003. Call me at 886-4141.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is Mid-Missouri's leader in orthopedic physical therapy. I'm Ron Renard, physical therapist and clinical director. We pride ourselves on working with your physician and giving you individualized treatment. We provide the latest treatment innovations with improved healing time and relief pain. So if you need physical therapy services, call Peak Performance Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. We accept all major medical insurances and workers' compensation. See us in Marshall next to Red Cross Pharmacy in the Westport Center or in Sedalia or Fayette.
3rd down and about a yard for the Vikings, and I know it's early, just the first play of the 2nd quarter, but this offense has to stay on the field for a while. Reyes takes the snap. They hand it off, and they are short. This defensive line just took over. Another 3 and out for the Viking offense, and this crowd is as quiet as they can be. And Joe, the offense has to do so. You have to keep the ball.
Well, you get 8 yards on 2nd down. First down. First down, you get 8 yards. You have 2 plays to go 2 yards, and Vikes can't pick it up.
Wow.
So give that Culver defensive line a lot of credit. They got off the ball very strongly, made a couple nice plays.
And back deep to receive the punt is Cabakang. Eli Cabakang made a nice punt the first time. Low snap. And he takes his time. High spiral. Cabakang back. Calls for. Makes the fair catch at the 22-yard line. So the Culver defense holds the Viking offense to 3 and out for the 2nd straight time. They have a 6-0 lead in the ball, and this homecoming crowd is as quiet as you can get.
Yeah, and Zamudia looks like he has a pretty good leg, and he'll have the wind at his back here in this 2nd quarter. Not really too much of a wind right now. In fact, the flag's on top of the goalpost hanging limp right now, so I guess the wind not really a factor. But, boy, defense, we need a takeaway right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe the defense has to come up with a big play. First down, again, the quarterback now is Roman Lewis for the injured Jake Hoffman. Out of the pistol, Lewis takes it, and he rolls. He throws, short pass. That one is caught by Nick Hill, and Hill's across the 30 out to the 31-yard line, 6-yard gain.
Jacob King there to make the stop, but nice job of Hill running after he caught the pass. Just a little bit of a short flip out of the backfield, put a couple moves on and turned it into a pretty nice 6-yard gain. 2
2nd down and 4 as this Culver team, they haven't beaten the Vikings since the mid-2000s. I think 2004, 2005 was the last one. They've lost 9 straight, but they are on the move right now.
Don't let it happen today.
I formation behind Lewis. He turns, wants to throw, rolls to his right, looks, now he's going to take off, and he's out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Well, they say he got did he get to the 35? No, 34, it'll be 3rd and 1. Right in front of the Viking bench, couldn't see where he stepped out of bounds.
They say it's first down. They're going to give him a first down.
They did say first down. Okay, it was not the 25. It was the 24 or 23-yard line, so he picks up the first down.
Good job of scrambling that time by Lewis. Good protection by that offensive line, and let's see if we can get a stop right here.
First down. Looks like Tony Nellison is in now as that fullback. Lewis turns, hands it off. Not much there. to Cameron Henderson. Young man out of Raytown picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 12:55 to go in the first half. It's 6-0 Culver.
And Mr. Phillips crawls off the bottom of that pile. He made the stop. Also, Jonathan battled the defensive back in to help out as Moyad Maxwell, the 250-pound junior out of Kansas City, checks into the Viking line on defense.
Roman Lewis trots over to the sideline, gets the play. Culver. They'll send Nick Hill wide to the right side. 2nd down and about 8. As Lewis takes the snap, they want to run it again. Vikings are there. They swarm, and there's going to be no gain at all for Henderson. In fact, he'll lose a yard. He just had nowhere to go. He looked right, looked left, and Vikings coming from every direction. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
He tried to dance and find a hole. There was nowhere to go, young man, and Dario Marquez, the first guy, the linebacker, to get their battle also comes up. So pretty good job on these first 2 runs by the Viking defense. Now, let's keep talking takeaway. Now's a good time to get one.
Anita Haircut and Marshall joins us for the first time this year. Jennings Premium Meats, New Franklin. Colligan of West Central Missouri. Charlie's Appliance Sales and Service of Marshall. And Con Agra of Marshall.
What a neat name. A neat name. I need a haircut.
I need a haircut. 3rd down and about 8. For Lewis. Defense coming with a blitz. Pocket holds. Ball is intercepted by Michael Barnes. He couldn't hang on to it at the 45. Vikings coming with a blitz. The pass over the middle, and Michael should have had that one, and he knows it. But the Viking defense held, and it'll be a punting situation. Mikael Johnson going back deep along with Jarrell Davis. Zamudio also does the punting. So he's standing at the 21.
We said it before. Michael Barnes like a defensive center fielder in baseball, and that time he roamed, he cut the route, he jumped the route, had a chance for a pick, but just couldn't quite hang on.
Zamudio stands, right hash mark, 22-yard line. Waits for the snap. Low snap, but he gets it. And he'll get it away. Kind of a wobbly spiral. Jarrell's going to have a crack at this one. He takes it to 25. Dances to the outside. Tries to set up the wall. Turns the corner. Still on his feet to the 30. 35 to the 40. 45 to midfield to the 45. All the way up the far sideline to the 40-yard line. What a return by Jarrell Davis.
You know, I said when Jarrell caught that ball, he caught it right on the left sideline. I'm thinking, why don't you run down the left side? But the Vikes, I guess, had a return play to the right, and they got some good blocks and a nice return. So the young man knew exactly what he's doing. And again, Jarrell is a senior out of Merced, California, sets the Vikes up in good field position at the CulverStockton 42-yard line.
Well, that's why Michael Barnes didn't intercept that pass. He'd had it to 45. We've got the ball to 42.
Exactly.
He knew that.
Exactly.
We picked up 3 yards on that.
It was about a 33-yard return that time by Davis. So nice job by the Viking punt return team.
And look at here, a change at quarterback. And running it right up the middle to the outside of the 30 and tripping at the 29-yard line is Darius Adams. And Darius is the freshman out of St. Louis, and we saw his running ability, Joe, a couple of weeks ago. And, man, if he doesn't trip over one of his own linemen, he may take that one to the end zone.
I thought he was gone. He had a couple steps on the defender, but again got tangled up. But a nice run by the freshman quarterback all the way down inside the 30 to about the 28. So looks like, Ken, he can run.
So Darius Adams, a freshman, 210-pounder, 5'11". The ball is back at the 29-yard line. That was really the first running play of positive yards, and it comes from the quarterback. Adams wants to take it again. This time he's hit, and nothing there. Back at the 32.
Yeah, you were going to fool Bobby Nielsen that time. He's a junior linebacker out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, man. Boy, they got some long names here. Was that one out of Michigan we called a few minutes ago? Majawagik or something.
3 wide receivers off to the right side. Again, Adams in at quarterback. Let's see if the young man can throw it, because he may have an opportunity here. Steps up, guns it, and that ball is incomplete. But I think we're going to have a hold, as Stenard was asking for the flag, and I think the penalty is going to be thrown against Austin Cobb.
Austin, a freshman out of Blue Springs, a defensive back, and I think Stenard says he had hold of my jersey, and I think that's going to be the call, I believe.
Well, it was 2nd down and 12. The Vikings go for a change at quarterback here in the second quarter. Yeah, that's interference, not a hold, interference, and that's the big 15-yard penalty. And that puts the ball all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Well, Vikes need to cash in here. 10-19 to go in the first half. CulverStockton with 2 Zamudia field goals leads this one 6-0 as the Vikes heavily favored, but it's been all Culver so far, so let's see if we can get some points on the board here.
On the first down, once again, Adams trying to run the ball, and he's not fooling anybody. He did the first time, but they are all over that run and play up the middle. And let's see, this one is going to be back to about the 19-yard line. It'll be second down. They had 3 wide receivers up to the right side, but Adams trying to keep it again.
Yeah, that was Ben Ubadiwa, I guess
you got it.
Yeah, out of
Egbetaway.
Where's he? He's out of San Francisco. He was there to make that stop. So.
Ben Egbetaway.
They've got some names. They've got some hometowns here.
Here's the pass. Receiver open. Touchdown. Adams finds Fuentes in the end zone. And on the run, the freshman Darius Adams throws a strike to Ricky Fuentes, his second touchdown catch of the year, and the Vikings have tied the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that time Darius had some mustard behind that ball. He stuck that ball right in there. Fuentes looked it in, got both hands on it, and a nice pass, a nice catch, and looked like Ricky ran a good route. He was wide open in the end zone.
Morrow trying to give the Vikes the lead. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So the Vikings make a change at quarterback here in the early second quarter, and Darius Adams throws the strike to Ricky Fuentes. It was all started by the long punt return by Jarrell Davis, and the Vikings are up 7-6, 9:41 to go first half on the Viking Sports Network.
When you're in Sedalia, try our homespun menu and great food at Dukes & Boots. Good prices, good food, and good service at Dukes & Boots. From our giant tenderloin to our $7.99 steak dinners, our deep-fried homemade pickles, or our deep-fried Oreos. And daily lunch specials starting at 11 a.m. It's Dukes & Boots in the Big Red Barn across from Menards on West Highway 50 in Sedalia. Find us on Facebook or dukesandboots.net.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
I'm Justin Schuster. See me or Jamie Goral, your Missouri Farm Bureau agent. And if you're in Saline County, we've got you covered.
This kick may be returned, and it will by Andy Smith. Smith, left side, has some room. Now he's going to be pulled down from behind at the 20-yard line. Joe, most of the time, I'd say most of the time on special teams, the Viking speed gets down there and it usually makes some pretty good plays.
Well, that's what happened right there. That was defensive back Christian Walker who got down there very quickly to dump. And like you said, that was pretty nice return that there. The return man Andy Smith, but good coverage by Walker, and Culver's going to set up inside of their own 20, just past the 19-yard line.
You know, you like the pass by Adams, but how about the catch by Fuentes? That was a
catch.
rocket, and he went up and got it.
Yeah, Darius can put a little more air into that one, possibly.
He was wide open, but he fired it in there. All right, Lewis still at quarterback, and for the first time today, Culver behind. And he wants to throw, and he throws it, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Neff, at the 32-yard line. The pass was low, and Neff went to the knee, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be second down and 10.
Michael Barnes, again, Michael the senior, he's out of Beaumont, Texas. He was there in coverage for the Vikings, so big second down play. And I certainly hope Hoffman's okay, but it could be a big break for us having him out of the ball game. The quarterback for Culver that got hurt, and he was throwing the ball very well in the early going.
So it is second down and 10. Keep it on the ground. Vikings, they're there. Forget it. That is a loss of about 3 or 4 yards as Henderson had the ball and the Vikes were there at the same time. That wasn't even fair. It's third down and 13. Who are you going to give that tackle?
Toa Hogan, I think, was the first one to get there. Toa came off of that linebacker position, and he was in that backfield pretty quickly. It's about a 3-4 yard loss, so let's call it third down and 13.
All right, the Vikes need a stop here. Trips go wide to the right side. That is Kabakang. Hill's out there as well, and also, I believe, Kona. He's to the left side on 3rd down and 13. Empty backfield. Pump fake, and he's going to take off with it, try to get to the first down marker, and he'll be shy. Will Lewis. He's quick.
He got
across
close.
the 25, but he's short. He had to get to the 30.
He got fairly close to the first down, but they're going to have to kick it away because they're still pretty deep in their own territory.
Joe, we have some real good listeners here, and we thank someone watching in Wisconsin.
Wow.
And it says here, sound it out. Menominee Falls.
Menominee.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. We appreciate that from Packer Country.
Never been to Menominee, and we're sorry we mispronounced the name.
I have a lot of relatives in Wisconsin. I think I might have been through there, but I didn't know how to say it. Thank you very much.
Don't turn us off. We're sorry.
No, we're sorry. All right, here comes the punt. Zamudio standing back at the 15-yard line. Rushes on up the middle. Low line drive.
Wow.
And that is over the head of Jarrell. He goes back, picks it up on the run. Jarrell brings it back to the 20. Up the left sideline, and that's going to be it at the 23. Good pursuit, and they had him hemmed in at the sideline. Nice low driving punt by Zamudio.
Zamudio is a pretty good kicker. I thought he was a good place kicker. I didn't realize he was such a strong punter, but he drove that ball, and Jarrell did a good job of making something out what could have been very bad field position.
All right. And our listener also says, actually from Wisconsin, live in Vegas now, but way to go, guys. You did the right thing. So now we know it's Menominee Falls.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Glad we have that.
Yeah.
First down at the 23-yard line. Reyes back in at quarterback. Here's the throw, and it's a very short gain. And I believe that's McHale with the catch, McHale Johnson, but a very short gain. It'll be 2nd down and 3. So Adams came in for the touchdown drive, and now Bruce is back in there.
Well, and Darius Adams, they put him in there to give the team a lift, and that's exactly what he did. Now let's see if Bruce can keep the momentum going as he's done so many times this year.
2nd down. Reyes throws to the sideline. It's dropped. And that was McDaniel. He was looking to run upfield before he had the ball, and we've seen the Vikings do that several times on that bubble screen pass. And so now it makes it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball back to him so quickly. Let's see if we can get a first down. We've got 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first half. The Vikings just took the lead minutes ago on that 19-yard pass from Adams to Ricky Fuentes.
3 wide receivers right side. Reyes throws. He completes it to Johnson. Very short gain. Ball is loose, and I think Culver has it on the fumble. Boy. Well, number one, the pattern was ran where you were not even going to get close to a first down, and then someone hit Johnson, and he fumbled it, and here come the Wildcats, and this Viking offense has really sputtered this afternoon.
Well, Wildcats are going to get the ball. Looks like they're going to place it right about the 30, where they spotted about the 30-yard line, I think. Maybe inside the 30 just a little bit, about the 28, 29-yard line. So great field position as Culver forces the second turnover of the day against the Vikings, and they're only down by a point with 7:12 left in the half. So a big break for the visitors right there.
It's homecoming. We'll talk to about the alumni who were honored in the Hall of Fame members at the half, and we'll also have the homecoming royalty. But right now it's football, and here is nice running play to the outside by Roman Lewis as there was nothing open, and he gets it down to about the 20. Joe, you've got to put this one on the offense this afternoon. And 2 running plays from running back so far today, and both for losses.
Well, and on that play, you're right. On that play, Ricky Williams and Brad Wolf both into the backfield trying to chase the quarterback, but he showed great speed that time. And again, that's Roman Lewis. He got to the outside, picked up a good gain, about 7 yards.
2nd down, and ball is inside the 25-yard line. Lewis back to throw. Pocket collapses, and he throws it, and he's fortunate that wasn't intercepted. One of the linebackers was close to that play.
Jacob King was right there.
Yeah.
Jacob was right there, and then also in the neighborhood for the Vikings, Steven Seals. So a couple of opportunities for the Vikes. The ball just a little bit too low to pull in, but big 3rd down play right now. 3rd down and 3. Culver inside the 25 at about the Viking 22-yard line.
And they'll keep Klychek in the block. He's the fullback on 3rd down and 4. Under center is Lewis from the left hash mark. And they'll give it off and get the first down and more inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. And good blocking up front, and it's a first down at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Steven Seals and Brad Wolf finally wrestle him down, but Notley gets down inside of the 20, down to about the 18. So for about the fourth time today, Culver in scoring position deep in Viking territory. So defense needs to step up again with 6:30 left to play in the first half.
And Culver, it looked like the Vikings were going to take advantage and take charge of this game, but not so against this Wildcat club. On first down from inside the 20-yard line. They'll hand it off right up the middle. And getting all the way down to the 10-yard line, staying on his feet, is Desmond Phillips. And he'll have a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Phillips almost, if he hadn't tripped, I think somebody got him on an ankle tackle, or he could have vaulted right into the end zone. But that ball's all the way down to about the 12-yard line.
Say he went down at the 12, not the 10, so it's 2nd down and 4. Again, I formation. Kona goes wide to the left side. Hill wide left or wide right. 2nd down. Keep it on the ground and get to the 11-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3. Vikings tough against the run on that play as they run to the right side to Phillips. Phillips came into this game 624 yards rushing.
Yeah, Ty Phillips there to bring him down. Steven Seals there to help out. So big 3rd down play. Looks 3rd and about 3 for Culver. Ball just outside the 10-yard line. So the Cats definitely in field goal range. Let's just be sure we don't give them 6 there.
Kabakang goes wide to the left side. He's the only one there. 2 wide receivers right. That's Kona and Hill. And they want to keep it on the ground. The Vikings stopped that play for a loss of a yard. Sent all those receivers out and then tried to run it to the left, and the Vikes were there. They stopped that play, and it looks like it will be another field goal situation. I think so.
Ty Phillips, I believe, made that stop that time. Ty got down around his ankles and tripped him up. So, yeah, they're going to bring Zamudio in because he, with 4:43 in the half, can give the Cats a lead, which they've had for most of the game.
Ball at the 20, left, just inside the left hash mark. It'll be a 30-yard attempt for Zamudio to try to give the Wildcats the lead once again. Ball down, kick is on the way, and this one is up, and it is good. So the turnover, the fumble by Mikael Johnson turns into 3, and the Wildcats back up 9-7 with 4:22 to go in the first half on the Viking Sports Network.
Wheat growers across the country rely on AgriMax wheat for exceptional yields, quality, and dependability. Backed by powerful research, testing, and localized production, wheat growers enjoy the industry-leading performance of AgriMax wheat varieties on their farm. Join forces with Weber Seeds in Marshall and AgriMax wheat to meet your goals this season. Call Weber Seeds and find out more about AgriMax.
Grow the best with us, Weber Seeds.
Hi, this is Albert. And remember, old Father Winter's coming, so stop by and let us check your antifreeze for you. And if you need a radiator flush, we'll do it for $99.95. Plus, we'll give you a free 23-point inspection by our certified technicians. And remember, we service all makes and models, and we also have our $29.95 oil change and tire rotation this month. And remember, the Marshall Chrysler family cares. So please buckle up and drive safely and watch for our farmers during harvest time on the roadways.
Zamudio's kick is about 5 yards deep. The Vikings are going to bring it out. Jarrell looking for room to run. Gets to the 20-yard line and is hemmed in there. So loses about 5 of where the Vikes would have been had he decided to take the touchback. Well, the Vikes go to work there. The offense has not done much. Had one nice drive, and I think Adams is coming back out. It looks like at least he is in that offensive huddle.
Tyrese Jackson, Greg Scott there to run Davis out of bounds, but better pronounce these names right, no telling who might be listening.
You've got it. First down at the 20-yard line, and here is the freshman, Darius Adams, in at QB again. Threw a touchdown pass the last time, and he rolls to his right. Now he wants to run, gets back to the line of scrimmage. I think he's more of a running quarterback than a thrower, don't you?
I don't know. He looks like he does have pretty good speed, and there to whack him down on the play was one of the linebackers. That was Kyle Enos. Also on the stop was Josh German, a freshman out of Columbia. So No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Ball still on the 20. 3:50 left to play in the half.
Malachi Daniels in the backfield. He hasn't touched the ball yet. Second down and 10. Now they do give it to Malachi. Oh, that ball, nope.
Adams
they faked
kept.
it to Malachi, and once again, Adams carries it, and he gets out to the 23, and it's 3rd and 7 again. Another long third down coming up for the Vikings.
Junior defensive lineman Wilson Rigg, big 280-pound tackle there to bring Adams down. So gain of about, let's call it a gain of 3 on the play. So big third down play, 3:20 left, clock ticking here in the half. So Vikes did not want to give this ball back to the Wildcats with time to score.
Well, they have 3 field goals, 3 out of 4 from the field goals. The Vikings have the lone touchdown, but it is 3rd down and 7. Deep in their own end. Adams awaits the snap, gets it. Pocket holds, steps up, dances around. Now he's going to take off and throws it, and he could have had the first down. Had he run for the first down, he would have had it easily. But he threw it over the head of Mikel Johnson. And once again, it's a 3 and out for the Viking defense.
Well, Jason Maiden will come back in. The Carrollton native will come back in to kick it away, and kicking into a little bit of a wind right now. So it looks like CulverStockton, the receiver is going to stand back right about his own 30-yard line to take this punt.
And it'll be Kabakang back at the 30, waiting to receive it. Jason needs a good one here. Wildcats just have one timeout, I think, with which to work here in the half. They lead at 9-7. Low snap. Rushes on. He gets it away. I don't know how they didn't
Jason
get a piece
got
of
rough.
that
He
one.
got rough that time.
All right, there is a penalty flag down. And the Kabakang makes the catch at the 33, but Jason Maiden goes down, and that could be, if it's roughing the kicker, will be a nice long penalty, and the Vikes will get the ball back.
He got whacked pretty good that time. Got hit right around the knee, and Jason kind of limping. He's okay, I think, but kind of limping off the side. So almost a block. They came so close to getting to that punt that time, but good job by Jason getting that one away.
Viking defense is out on the field. Flag is down back at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they definitely called that. Don't try to pick that one up.
The broadcast brought to you by Lacrosse Lumber Marshall, Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall, dental offices of Ronald L. Hinton in Sedalia and Sweet Springs, and Surecoat in Sedalia. Well, the discussion continues. Whether it's...
I hope all they're talking about is where to mark the ball, because that was obviously either running into or roughing the kicker. I'm not sure which one they're going to call.
And that may be what they're talking about. But usually, though, Joe, when you come in and hit a knee, all right, so I guess holding, they said running into the kicker, they declined that penalty, but there was a hold on the defense. They're going to take that penalty, and that results in a automatic first down.
Think you get one of the trainers up here? I've got a leg cramp right now. Well, we'll stand up a minute if you don't mind.
I don't mind a bit. Glad you can be with us on KMMO Marshall, Stretch Internet, livestream.com.
Well, that could be a break. Maybe the break the Vikings need. 2:48 left to play in the half, and the offense now has a first down right about the 32-yard line. So let's see if we can take this thing 68 yards and score.
Coach Duvendeck wants an explanation for all this now. At the half, I'll talk a little bit about the alumni who were honored today, and also those who were inducted into the Viking Hall of Fame. Joe, you knew a couple of those, coached against or knew some of those fellows and played against some of those who were inducted today. So we'll talk about them. And also, of course, the homecoming king and queen we hope will come up and join us for a few moments. Well, I think everyone's satisfied with the explanations, or maybe not. Let's see. Now the referee's going to come over and talk to Paul Troth. Exciting games brought to you by Frank's Appliance, Sturhan Jewelers, Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and Marceline Manor, all of Marshall. Now we're going to talk to Paul Troth a little bit.
I think they've explained it to everybody in the stadium except to us.
Maybe we've got a cameraman. Felix is down there. Maybe he can run over with the camera, and we'll find out and get his view of it as well. The officials still talk about it.
Anyway, it's going to be a Viking first down.
I believe.
Yeah, I hope so.
And the ball's at the 32-yard line. Paul may be wondering about the spot of the ball. I don't know. But they did call, I think, running into the kicker, didn't they? Not roughing the kicker.
Yeah, I think so. I think roughing would have been a 15-yard. I think they would have taken the 15-yard penalty if it had been roughing, I believe.
Say on live stream tonight after football, we'll take a little break and be right back as both soccer teams for homecoming will take on Avalon of Kansas City. Should be a couple of good matches, and we'll have both of those for you tonight as well. You going to hang around? You got things to do?
I have swimming pool duty at Wentworth Military Academy tonight from 6 to 8:30. So if you want to go up and do that, I'll do the soccer broadcast.
Swimming pool duty.
Yeah, swimming pool duty.
All right. Well, we still don't know what's going to happen here. So while we talk about it, let's take a quick break, should we? Let's break for about, let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back on the Viking Sports Network.
Lumberyards specialize in lumber. Eye doctors
Have
specialize in
Tyrone
eye
back
care.
there.
Ag dealers specialize in combines. Well, it only makes sense for your small engine needs. Go to a specialist. Davis Lawn Equipment is a specialist in small engine sales and service. It's all they do. Rob Davis sells anything from mowers to trimmers to chainsaws, blowers, and more. And Davis Lawn Equipment has a full-service shop to handle repairs. Ever try to get service work from a discount store? Good luck. For all your small engine needs, whether it's sales or service, see Rob Davis at Davis Lawn Equipment in Marshall.
Healthcare technology is the fastest growing sector of our economy, and the Health Information Systems degree from Missouri Valley College can make you a marketable candidate in the industry. With recent government mandates regarding electronic medical records, the demand for professionals with skills in health information systems is on the rise. Missouri Valley College's Associates Program offers a flexible classroom schedule or the option to obtain the degree 100% online. Visit our website, moval.edu, for more information.
Well, we have 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first half. The officials are now starting to walk away from head coach Paul Troth, and by his body language, he doesn't look too happy. The marker across the way says 4th down, but they've moved it where it would be a first down.
I think it's got to be a first down. Now the officials are all going to talk to each other, and now they'll go across and talk to the other group again.
See what we're going to do tonight. Who got tickets for the World Series? Who didn't? Who's trying to get them?
I can recommend a couple of good restaurants.
Yeah,
if that's what they're talking about.
Now the whole Culver team goes over to their sideline. The Viking defense is going to come out on the field.
What is going on here? I don't know. I don't understand this.
Wow. Well, so it was running into the kicker, and that's only a 5-yard penalty. That would have not have given the Vikings a first down. So the hold now was during the punt return, which that will be assessed at the end of the play. Now, how tough was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
It took him a while to figure that out.
I thought that should have been roughing the kicker.
He hit him hard.
Jason went down pretty hard.
Yeah.
That would have been a first down. So I guess it was just running into the kicker. But, yeah, the holding, I guess, happened after the kick. So now they've got it backed up. It'll be Culver's ball back at about their own, looks like about 18-yard line.
Well, Joe, I always thought on that kicker, when that leg's in the air and exposed is when they call the roughing, and it definitely was. But ball is back at the 18-yard line. We have everything figured out now. And here is Lewis rolling to his right, throwing down, and it is incomplete. He was trying to get that one down the sideline to Will Kona, and Kona had some space between a couple of defenders, Battle and also Evans, but couldn't hang on. It'll be second down.
Yeah, ball just a little bit high. Kona went up, tried to stretch for it, but Byron and Battle were both right there that time. So pretty good coverage, good throw, just a little bit too high. So it'll be second down and 10. And good thing about it is it stops the clock. Let's hope the Vikes can get the ball back before the end of the half and maybe put some more points on the board.
9-7 Culver, 3 field goals in this first half, and their defense did a pretty good job against the Viking offense. Here they're going to run the ball on second down and pick up about 4 or 5 yards across the 20 out to the 22-yard line, and it'll bring up third down. That was Cameron Henderson. Now the Vikings will take a timeout on defense to save some more time. With 2:34 to go, we're back in a minute on the Viking Sports Network.
When you need glass and a job done right, you need Central
How are we doing
Missouri
ad-wise?
Glass
We
in
getting a bunch of them in?
Servicing the area for the past.
We sure are. This is it's been a great half for us.
Okay.
Tyrone, if we run out of ads, you just go ahead and sing during timeouts. Can you do that?
I think I'll find some more ads for us to play.
Hey, we got any requests to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the World Series? Has anybody called the station or anything? Or
no request yet.
Okay, well, you let us know if you get one. Okay.
You'll be the first one I let know.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Put a vacation in your backyard. Whether it's a new swimming pool, barbecue grill, patio furniture, or hot tub, save money by vacationing in your own backyard. Call the builders of Personal Paradises Clemens Pool and Spa at 886-7613. Are you already dreading those long, cold winter nights? Then let the experts at Clemens Pool and Spa warm your home with a new fireplace or stove. Choose from gas, electric, pellet, or corn. We have it all. We sell all the top brands, so shop locally at Clemens Pool and Spa on Highway 240 east of Marshall.
The Vikings take that timeout defensively as they want the ball back, but first they have to stop the Wildcats. Will Kona and Nick Hill go wide to the right side. Hill's in the slot on that side, and now they want to run it and looking to get a first down, and they're going to be shy, I think. Got across the 25 out to about the 27 was Roman Lewis, but I believe he's going to be shy of the first down. They'll mark it at the 27. And he's about a yard and a half shy of the first down.
Good tackle that time. Dario Marquez stopped Lewis in his tracks. He got a pretty good head of steam, and Marquez pretty well stood him up, and he is going to be a little short of the first down. So with 2 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the half, looks like the Cats are going to have to kick it away. So let's see if Mr. Davis can break one here.
Joe, last night, of course, you always had the torch run for years and years and years, and that was when Professor Ed Leslie was a student and also as a professor at Missouri Valley College, he was in charge of that, and they would go from the community of the homecoming opponent all the way to Marshall. Well, a couple of years ago, they moved that a little closer to home, and, of course, Professor Leslie had some health problems the last couple of years. So this year, Mike Mockles took it over, and they just had a 5K run around campus. A lot of the students were involved, all the athletic teams. Some of the people, the staff, the faculty, I wasn't one of them, and some members of the community. And they ended here in the stadium and that run, and it was fun to watch. And then at the pep rally last night, Ed Leslie was there and Wendy. They were there and their family. And when Paul Tross spoke at the Bonfire pep rally with all the seniors out there, he presented Ed Leslie with a football helmet signed by all of his seniors, and presented it to Ed, who was there last night. And all the seniors went over and shook his hand. It was quite a moment.
Very fitting tribute, and nobody deserves that any more than Ed Leslie. I got to see Ed a couple of weeks ago. We played at home. He looked good, and he's on the men's.
Here's that spiral, nose down, almost bobbled. It was bobbled by Mikael Johnson. Johnson tries to get to the outside. He's to the 40, to the 45, up the sideline of midfield. Puts that ball into his left arm and gets all the way down to the Culver 40-yard line. Vikings needed a punt return, and they got a big one from Mikael Johnson.
Malachi Daniels threw a great block to Spring Johnson. He put somebody flat on the ground that time, and you think of Malachi as a runner, and he is a pretty good one, but that time a great open field block, and so just exactly what the Vikings needed. A nice return by Malachi. They're going to bring that all the way down to about the 38. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in the half, so let's see if we can get some points out of this, regain the lead.
Well, the Vikings use their timeouts to save this precious time, and let's see what Bruce and company can do here. First down at the 38-yard line. Reyes wants to throw out of the backfield. It's Malachi. He turns upfield, now steps out of bounds as he gets across the 35, down to the 34-yard line, gain of 4, and stops the clock with exactly 2 minutes to go in the half.
Time for Malachi to bust out. He's been pretty quiet this first half, and he's had some big games in the past few weeks. So let's see if we can get something going here.
Vikes will have the ball to start the second half. Reyes again to the sideline. This one's caught, and that'll be a first down, and that's Ellison. That should be a first down at the 25-yard line.
Well, and this could be a big confidence boost because I'm sure Bruce is a little bit down right now. He's had some good games, but has not had a good first half, really. So if he can take this team down and score, that should be a big boost for him and the team.
First down from the 26-yard line as Reyes waits for the snap on the left hash mark, gets it. Rushes on up the middle, throws into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. I believe it's Mikael Johnson. It is. He made up for the fumble Boy, good coverage by Andy Smith, and McHale took it away from him. Right corner of the end zone. Vikes score.
26-yard touchdown pass and a nice run. Bruce laid that ball out of the right, and about the time it got to the right, McHale made his cut. He was right there for the touchdown. So good throw, good route, good catch, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Vikings. Is they haven't led very much in the half, but they lead now 13-9 with 1:47 left to play.
Morrow's extra point is up, and it is good and on the year. Morrow now is 18 out of 19 extra points. Vikes up 14-9, 1:47 to go in the half on the Viking Sports Network.
It's been a long day in the field. Harvest season means long hours for farmers. You're tired. After harvest is done, do you really want to clean your tractors, grain carts, and combines? Anyone that's done it knows it's not an easy task. Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service in Marshall is your answer. Completely self-sufficient when they show up on the job. From electricity to heated water, that's right, heated water, you won't be disappointed. So for all your agriculture mobile power washing needs, call Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service, 815-7511.
When you're an employee at the Marceline Manor in Marshall, there is one thing that shines through. It's all about quality care for our residents. I'm Janet Cowan, Dietary Supervisor at the Marceline Manor. It's my job to make sure my staff serves meals that are, first of all, tasty. Second, we must constantly be aware of special dietary needs. We serve over 250 meals and snacks each and every day. It's a job we enjoy, and it's done with lots of love. It's such a pleasurable experience in caring for our residents here at the Marceline Manor in Marshall.
Well, the Vikings haven't led, as Joe said, for much of this game, but a quick strike there to McHale Johnson from Bruce Reyes. That's the 8th touchdown pass of the year for Reyes, and the Vikings have the lead again. Morrow drills this one to the goal line, and it is caught in the end zone by Hill, and he says, let's take a touchback. So Hill, the ball will be at the 25-yard line for Roman Lewis and the Wildcats. I'm looking across to see if I can see Hoffman over there. Of course, he was injured, and when the play he was injured on, he just went down. Joe, it's almost like Bruce Reyes last year at Avila when he got hurt. Now, I'm not saying it was that kind of an injury, but he went down, and there was no contact when he went down at the 25-yard line.
Some type of knee or leg injury on his right leg, it looked like. So.
Kona goes wide to the right side. Hill slot, same side. First down, 25 after the touchback. Lewis surveys the defense. Here comes the rush. Good job. They hold the rushers out. Now they're going to throw it deep, and Kona is open, and they overthrow him. Woo. Byron Evans bid on an outside fake, and Kona got behind him, but the pass from Lewis sailed over his head, incomplete. It'll be second down.
Lewis had all kinds of time to throw that time. He had about 4 seconds, and that gave Kona time to get open. But again, the pass a little bit overthrown. And you talk about Hoffman getting hurt. Roy Hale, the linebacker for the Vikes, also injured early. Roy's sitting on the bench down right in front of us, and he has not been back in since that time. So one key player on each team goes down here in the first half.
Roy was the Vikings' leading tackler coming into this game. Second down and 10 from the 25, and again, that stops the clock. Here's Lewis out of the shotgun. Rush is on. He's going to roll to his right again, being chased, hit hard. Down he goes at the line of scrimmage. Could not get out of bounds. It'll be third down and 10. Battle came up to make that tackle.
Moyed Maxwell flushed Lewis out of the pocket that time, the big 250-pound junior linebacker. Then, as you said, Jonathan Battle, the freshman defensive back, came up to close it down. So I think that's
Vikes take another timeout. They take their third timeout as they want that ball back, Joe, with 1:24 to go, and why not?
Well, Vikes have the momentum right now. We can get another defensive stop right now, get it back. We've hit on a couple of big pass plays for touchdowns. Maybe we could hit one more with a little over a minute left to play and widen this lead just a little bit.
This broadcast of Missouri Valley College football is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Justin Schuster and Jamie Coral in Marshall, Central Missouri Glass in Boonville, Mexico Lindo in Marshall, and A&J Salvage and Scrapyard in Higginsville. Vikes lead at 14-9. Next week will be in Fayette. Central Methodist, and Joe, that will not be an easy game either. CMU playing good football, a very good defense. They won at Culver last week despite being outgained by about 150 yards, but they put some points on the board.
Well, in 2 weeks ago, they beat the same Mid-America team that beat the Vikings at Arrowhead Stadium last week. So the Eagles And, you know, they would like nothing more than to beat Missouri Valley. It's a big rival game. And, again, we've got 4 regular season games left after today, 3 of them on the road at Central Methodist, at Evangel, and at Baker.
3rd down and 10. Vikes took a timeout. They want the ball back. Let's see if Culver can pick up a first down. Lewis will hand the ball off. The Vikes are there, and they're going to stop this play shy of a first down. Henderson picking his way through a small crease, but it's going to be 4th down. I think what they wanted there, Joe, is to run the ball, take as much time off the clock as they could, and they can run this thing down almost to about 20 seconds before they have to. The play clock hadn't even started yet. So
yeah, they're going to run it as far as
they
they
can. Run this thing all the way down.
We're under a minute on the game clock. Michael Barnes and Ricky Williams there on that last stop for the Vikings. So, yeah, CulverStockton in no hurry, but let's see. I would not be surprised to see them kick the ball away from Jarrell Davis this time.
Well, let's see if the Vikes go for the block. They do send 2 back to receive it, Mikkel Johnson and Jarrell Davis. Vikes don't have a timeout. Down to 6 on the play clock, 32 seconds on the game clock. And now whistle stops play as Zamudio was back. And I think CulverStockton will take a timeout before they didn't want to delay a game. So, with 30 seconds to go, Zamudio will have to punt it. Let's take a quick 30-second break. Viking Sports Network.
One of Marshall's oldest restaurants has a whole new look and an expanded menu. The new owners hope you'll stop by Joanne's Drive-In and give them a try. Open 4 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week. They offer breakfast anytime and now have deep fryers. Everything on the menu is fresh and bought right here in Marshall. Now that helps us all. Come try the all-new Joanne's on Court Street in Marshall. Stop in or call in your order, 886-7771.
Come taste what our Nana and Papa make at Joanne's in Marshall.
Ken Quiava along with Joe All. And Joe, good crowd on the terrace over at Malcolm Center for Student Life. A lot of folks watching the game over there.
Been a good weekend for homecoming. A lot of neat activities, and that Center for Student Life just puts finishing touches on things. Really makes it a first-class event, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Zamudio standing back at his 18. Now the Vikes coming after him. They come up the middle. They got close to it, but didn't quite get there. Now Mikkel Johnson over the shoulder catch and slips and goes down at the 14-yard line.
Stephen Thayer almost got to that
right
punt. We've said that many times. I don't know when it's going to be, at what time, on what game, and what date, but we're going to get a punt before too long, I would guess.
Mikkel slipped as he tried to turn upfield, and let's see if the Vikings will throw it deep or they're just going to run out the clock. Maybe you have 2 options here. No timeouts remaining. 14-9. Again, at the half, I'll talk a little bit, give you some of the bios of those who are inducted into the Hall of Fame and also the outstanding alumni who were honored today. And there were some good ones. Tom Hebb.
Yeah, what a great
Marshall
guy Tom
is one of those who's in. Also, Lee Taylor. Lee played football here. Lee was from St. Louis. Lee now is on first down. Here's a little end around. They give it off to Jarrell Davis. Needs a block. Gets it. He's to the 30 and now stays on his feet. Now he's thrown out of bounds at the 35. 12.6 seconds to go as they give it to the little playmaker. Lee Taylor, Joe, is now the head women's trainer for the University of Tennessee basketball team.
Yeah, he's got a big-time job. Doing a good job. Nice block by big Zach Gibson that time. Zach is the 273-pound senior out of Carterville, Missouri, and he helped spring Johnson for a little bit of extra room that time. So Vikes down to 12 seconds, so going to need a Hail Mary play right here maybe.
Well, let's see if they want to throw it deep. They have 3 receivers off to the right side. Reyes looks for the bubble screen, now throws it back to the left. They give it to Malachi Daniels. Good job by Culver to stay at home. Malachi gets to the 40-yard line, gets out of bounds with 6.4 seconds to go. They had the 3 receivers right. They threw it back to the left.
That was a good defensive play that time by Austin Cobb. He's the freshman defensive back out of Blue Springs. He split right through the middle of that wall on the screen pass to bump Malachi out of bounds. So 6.4 seconds to go. So Vikings, one more play probably before halftime unless they do something very quickly.
Stenard goes wide to the right side. Mikkel Johnson out there with him in the slot, same side. Jarrell to the left. They're going to give it to Ellison. He steps out of bounds at the 47. At 1.9 seconds, so we still have one more play as Ellison made the catch for a first down.
Let's see, do you think Morrow can kick a 75-yard field goal?
Well, I don't know. The guy from who was the kicker from Baker last year? We didn't think he could kick a 60-yarder, did we?
Yeah, he drilled it.
All right. Stenard goes wide to the right side. Jarrell Davis wide or in the slot, same side. Ellison's over there as well. The defensive backs are off the line 20, 25 yards, and here comes the final play of the half, we think. Reyes going to throw it as far as he can. Down the sideline. Stenard goes up, makes the catch, but that's the end of the half. Stenard made the catch in traffic at the 15-yard line. That'll look good on the stats, but time runs out. Pretty good first half for Culver, but the Vikings somehow find a way to lead it. It's 14-9 Valley. It's the homecoming halftime, so we'll have a 25-minute halftime. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back to Greg Mitchell on the Viking Sports Network.
Does your faucet leak? Your toilets run and run? Sewer lines clogged? For these problems, call H&S Heating and Cooling in Marshall. This is Harold. We can stop your leaks, catch your toilet,
Hey,
and clear
Tyrone.
the lines. Call 815-15.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to play some Hall of Fame stuff. It's going to be the let's see, the Hall of, what's this interview here? Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Kovo graduated from Missouri Valley. Okay, I'm going to play Hall of Fame inductees and then the homecoming alumni, okay?
Okay.
I should be back, but there's two interviews, but I got them back to back. If you hear after Tom Hebb or you hear the alumni, if I'm not back, take a break.
No problem.
I should be back, okay? It'll be about 7-8 minutes, okay?
Gotcha.
You got it? So don't let it go into the coaches. If you hear the players and coaches, come on, get rid of it.
Will do.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Marshall Square is your apparel headquarters for all your favorite teams. KC Chiefs, Mizzou Tigers, Missouri Valley Vikings, Marshall Owls, Slater Wildcats, Santa Fe Chiefs, and much more. Pullovers, hoodies, sweats, even socks with logos. Viking Athletic Goods also carries a nice selection of crazy socks. And for going to the games, you'll find the best stadium seats anywhere at Viking Athletic Goods on the Marshall Square.
Sturhan Jewelers is your official game day jewelry headquarters. Our handcrafted by Sturhan's Mizzou jewelry has received wide acclaim, made in gold and a very affordable sterling silver. And we now have a Missouri Valley Viking jewelry line, all Sturhan originals. Custom glassware and personalized gifts for all your area high schools. Sturhan Jewelers is your full-service jewelry store located on the east side of the Marshall Square.
Earlier today, the Missouri Valley College Hall of Fame banquet was held at the Malcolm Center for Student Life. Several students were honored, as well as several inducted into the Valley Hall of Fame. Those inducted included Raymond Racono, the football, class of 62, Dennis Robinson, track and field, class of 72, Mike O'Brien, basketball, class of 75, Stan McKinney, football, class of 76, Woody Forrest, football and track and field, the class of 78, and Brad Draley, football, class of 90. So let's talk about what happened at the Hall of Fame banquet today. First of all, the Grover C. Redford Scholarship recipients were Nikki Femler. Nikki, a freshman on the Viking women's basketball team, and she is from Glasgow. Nikki finished her career at Glasgow with over 1,300 points, 1,100 rebounds. She was named the Central Activities Conference MVP following her senior season and was an all-state selection following her junior and senior seasons. In addition to basketball, Nikki was active in track and field, softball, and cross country. Shelby Dowler, a freshman on the Viking men's basketball team, he comes to Valley from Marshfield High School. In high school, Shelby graduated with a 3.92 GPA and earned the President's Scholarship. Shelby helped the Marshfield boys basketball team to a district championship as a senior, advancing to the sectional round. Hall of Fame scholarship recipients, Jake Exter. Jake's a junior, Missouri Valley men's wrestling team. He's been a key member of the men's wrestling squad since his arrival, and through his first 2 years holds a career record of 70-16. in the 149-pound weight class. Jake has also earned NAI All-American honors in both his seasons wrestling for the Vikings, placing third each year at the NAI Wrestling Championships. He's been recognized as the Heart of America Athletic Conference Wrestler of the Week 3 times as well, and holds a 3.3 GPA and been on the Dean's List 3 times as majoring in biology. Now to those who were inducted into the Valley Hall of Fame earlier today. The first was Raymond Racono. Ray Racono was a standout football player at Missouri Valley College from 1957 to 62. He played on 2 MCAU championship teams during his collegiate career and was a member of that 1958 conference championship team which played in the Tangerine Bowl. He was co-captain of the 1960 championship squad and helped lead MVC to a combined record of 27-6-1 during his football career, earning all-conference and all-American honors. Ray graduated from Missouri Valley in 1962 with a degree in physical education. He spent 2 years playing professional baseball in the minor league farm system for the Detroit Tigers. After his playing days, he returned to football, this time as a coach, leading the high school programs at Maysville and Trenton for a combined 17 years. Dennis Robinson, class of 72. Robinson excelled in track and field during his time at Valley from 1968 to 72. He was voted as the track and field program's most valuable player in 70, 71, and 72. He excelled in sprints and hurdles, setting a number of school records. He set the 120-yard hurdle record in 1971, the 100-yard dash record in 72, and was a member of the record-breaking 440-yard relay team in 1971. Outside of athletics, Dennis was active with the campus radio station, band, student senate, college center council, and Beta Beta Beta. After graduating cum laude from Missouri Valley with a degree in biology, Dennis obtained a Master of Education from the University of Missouri St. Louis. During his professional career, he was chairman of the Science Department of Visitation Academy and then became the Science Department chairman at Eureka High School from 1988 to 2009. In 1991, he was one of only 10 high school teachers to receive a science grant from the Committee on Science Education of the American Society for Clinical Investigation. He credits Dr. Paul Fredstrom and Dr. Winfred Bierce as 2 people who greatly influenced him while at Valley. Mike O'Brien, a 1975 graduate, came to Valley in 73, excelled both on the basketball court and in the classroom, played on the Viking men's basketball team, was voted captain his senior season. His work in the classroom allowed him to graduate with honors in 1975 with a Bachelor of Science degree in education. After leaving Valley, Mike earned a Master of Education at the University of Wisconsin River Falls and a Master of Science in Sports Management at Western Illinois. Professionally, Mike has served as athletic director for 2 NCAA Division I institutions, Lamar University and the University of Toledo, where he has led that department since 2002. During his time at Toledo, Mike has earned a number of awards, including the 2012 Football Bowl Subdivision Northeast Region Athletic Director of the Year and the 2011-2012 Cartwright Award, given to the athletic program in the Mid-America Conference with the highest degree of excellence in academics, athletics, and citizenship. During his tenure at Toledo, the athletic teams have won or shared a combined 27 conference championships in 9 different sports. Also inducted into the Hall of Fame today, Stan McKinney, class of 76. McKinney, a member of the early 1970s football teams that found great success both in the conference and nationally. Stan played on that 74 team, the NAIA National Runner-Up Viking team, and was a 4-year Letterman playing linebacker. He received a number of individual honors during his playing time, including first-team All-Conference, All-District, and was an honorable mention All-American selection in 75. In addition to his play on the field, Stan was a Letterman on the Viking baseball team, a 4-year member of the V-Club, a member of Alpha Sigma Phi, and was named Mr. Viking his senior year. He graduated in 1977, Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, spent most of his professional career working in finance at the Chicago Board of Trade. In addition to his professional career, Stan enjoys golf and has coached youth basketball, baseball, and soccer. Also inducted today, Michael Bruce Woody Forrest. He found success during his time at Valley from 74 to 79, earning All-Conference and All-American honors in football. He was a 3-year Letterman on the Viking football team, playing on the 74 National Runner-Up squad. In addition to his football achievements, Woody was also a 3-year Letterman in track and field, competing in the shot put, and was an active member of V Club and Sigma Nu. After graduating in 79 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Education and minor in Social Studies, Woody spent 23 years working for the United States Postal Service. He spent 35 years as a high school football referee in Missouri, retiring in 2013. He also served as an umpire for high school baseball and softball and was selected to officiate the 2008 state championship rounds. Brad Draley, class of 90, helped lead Valley football field as a four-year letterman as a quarterback. He was a starting quarterback for the Viking football team from 88 to 90, compiled a 25-7 record as a starter. He helped lead Valley to a conference championship in 89 and led MVC to the quarterfinal round of the NAI Division II Football Championship Series. Brad graduated from Valley with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology in 1990, later obtained his Master of Arts from Baker University. His professional career includes more highlights from the football field, this time as a coach. Brad has been the head football coach at Blair Oaks since 2006, compiled a record of 97-22, won a state championship in 2006, and was a state runner-up in both 2007 and 2012, and reached the state semifinals 2 additional years. He credits Ken Gibler and Reed Kempner as people who had a positive impact on him during his time at Missouri Valley College. So there you have the young men and women who were honored earlier today, and the class of 2014 to the Missouri Valley College Athletic Hall of Fame. Of course, that was at the Hall of Fame. Let's take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the 4 outstanding alumni who were honored last night at the banquet of the Malcolm Center. That's coming up in a minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Life changes, then it changes again.
Man,
Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to your financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Diane Dudenhofer. A job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Stop by our office at 170 West Court Street for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
If you want a huge deal on a new 2014 F-150, better get them while we got them. Hi, this is Matt Hare at Elmer Hare Ford. This month we're having our Truck Month sales event. You'll get over $6,000 in customer cash from Ford Credit on a new Ford F-150, the hardest working and best looking truck on the road. With that, you'll also get a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Put a new Ford truck in your driveway and money in your pocket. Elmer Hare Ford sales in Marshall, where you get a hair better deal every time.
Ray Kodiakovo graduated from Missouri Valley College in 1994 with a bachelor's degree in mass communication. He began his career as director of photography, associate producer, and associate director working for CBS Sports, Fox Sports, NBC Sports, Fox Sports Network, FX, Turner Sports, and ESPN. Ray has worked various remote events, including NCAA football and basketball, and NBA, Major League Baseball, and NFL games. For the last decade, Ray has produced for his own company, Digital Wave Productions. Digital Wave offers a variety of video production services, including TV commercials, reality TV programs, music videos, live sports broadcasting, documentaries, 3D animation, and live web streaming. In 2013, Ray won an Emmy Award for his in-depth look at the University of Miami's men's basketball program. Ray and his wife, Deanna, reside in Florida with their 2 children, Raymond and Ava. A graduate of Pacific High School in Pacific, Missouri, Steve Beam is a 1986 graduate of Missouri Valley College. During his time at Missouri Valley, Steve was a member of the football team and Sigma Nu fraternity. In 1987, Steve began his career with the Chrysler Corporation as an administrative trainee in the Atlanta zone. Steve has served in a number of capacities during his 25-plus years at Chrysler Corporation. Those positions include Senior Manager of Marketing and Analysis Program, Director of Sales Operations, Director of Sales Planning and Programs, Vice President of Sales Operations, and the position he currently holds, Senior Vice President of Supply Chain Management. In his current role, Steve has the responsibility for the critical volume planning and logistics functions in close coordination with the brand CEOs. He is also responsible for driving dramatic improvements in service levels, optimizing demand and supply to benefit balancing needs and requirements of the individual brands, and establishing consistent and effective supply chain processes. Steve is married to Sherry, a 1986 MVC graduate. They reside in Michigan with their son, Derek. A Marshall native, Tom Hebb graduated from MVC in 1979 with a degree in mathematics. Tom's career in education spans over 35 years through Missouri, with stops at Tipton High School, Fulton High School, and Chillicothe High School. In addition to serving as a teacher, Tom served as the Tipton High School athletic director for 12 years and has coached a variety of sports, including women's basketball, men's golf, football, and softball. After retiring from public education in 2009, Tom came back to Missouri Valley as an adjunct professor in the mathematics department. Additionally, Tom has served as the assistant women's basketball coach for the last 4 years and is heavily involved as a member of the Alumni Advisory Board. Lee Taylor is in his second season as the strength and conditioning coach for the Lady Volunteers basketball program and is in his 4th year of working for the University of Tennessee. Lee graduated from Missouri Valley College in 2008 with a bachelor's degree in exercise science and athletic training. In August of 2009, Lee began working for MVC as the Director of Strength and Conditioning, serving in that capacity for 1 year. In addition to working for MVC and the University of Tennessee, Lee has served as the Director of Strength and Conditioning at the University of Incarnate Word and Eastern Illinois University. Lee is a certified strength and conditioning specialist and a United States weightlifting sports performance coach. Lee and his wife Heather reside in Tennessee.
On a pregame show.
So there you have the 4 alumni. In just a moment, we're going to have the king and queen up in the booth with us as Caitlin Kell was named the homecoming queen and Gabby Mustalis is the homecoming king. And we'll get them in here in just a moment. Caitlin, Gabby is with the wrestling team, and Caitlin is with the volleyball team. So glad you guys made it up here. And Gabby, we'll start with you. I've known Gabby ever since he walked on this campus, and congratulations, sir.
Thank you,
Homecoming king. How about that?
It's nice to know. A good achievement to have. It's always fun to have.
You look good in that crown, doesn't he?
Thank you, yes.
All right, let's start. You are on the wrestling team, and you've done quite well, haven't you? We're expecting big things from you this year.
Yes, sir. Hopefully a national title will come this way, as a team and individually.
All right. What weight class are we in?
Heavyweight.
You're in the heavyweight. And you from where?
San Diego, California.
Okay, and can you believe the time has flown by as fast as it is here?
These 4 years have gone quicker than I've known it. It's a blink of an eye.
And he was in my freshman seminar class, I think. Do you remember that way back then?
I remember that.
And you still stayed here.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, congratulations. We're looking for big things from you as well. And by the way, we're on the live stream today, and we're going to have one of your first matches in November on there, so we'll be looking for you there, all right?
Thank you.
All right. How are you doing so far this year? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Recovering from a knee surgery, and I'm ready to go.
So you're ready to go. Good job. Caitlin Kell represents the volleyball team, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. Were you excited when they announced your name down there?
I was. I didn't really expect it, so that's pretty awesome.
All right. Where are you from?
Raymondville, Missouri.
And where is that?
It's like 4 hours southeast of here.
Okay, so you're a long ways from home.
Yeah.
All right. Been here playing some volleyball.
Yep.
And y'all won last night. Had a good win last night.
Yep.
Okay.
Against St. Mary's. So.
How did you get here? How did you decide on Valley?
Well, I knew Jessica Green, and she said good things about the school, so I looked into it, and the coach got right back with me, and it was good from there. So.
And you're majoring in?
Elementary education.
You'll be a good teacher.
I hope so.
And now you have to come back next year for sure to give that crown away, right?
Oh, yes.
All right, well, you'll be a wonderful teacher. Great job.
Thank you.
What do you get, Gabby, what are you majoring in?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Want to go into the law enforcement or something with it? Do you know yet?
I want to be a juvenile corrections officer.
You'll be good at that too, sir. I've known you for a long time, and whatever you're going to do, you're going to be successful. Great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Gabby. Caitlin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Our homecoming king and queen coming up and joining us in the booth. We'll be back with more Homecoming 2014 on the Viking Sports Network.
Losses of $21 billion a year are attributed to identity theft in America, and now Wooden Houston Bank has a solution to help keep your identity safe. Hi, I'm Art Haynes for Wooden Houston Bank, serving your community for 140 years. Smart Secure is a new checking account that offers identity theft protection like no other. And for a limited time, you can receive a free Tervis tumbler, a $25 value when you open up any smart checking account. Don't delay. Stop by any one of our convenient locations. Fees may apply. Wooden Houston Bank, member FDIC.
The model year closeout means big savings on 2014 Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs at John Rector Motors. The remaining 2014s won't last with customer cash, educator discounts, GM supplier pricing, trade-in assist bonus, and model year closeout discounts. Depending on the model you choose, you can save up to $7,000 or more. Don't wait. Come find new roads with Eddie, Karen, or Aaron and find out how much you'll save at John Rector Motors in Marshall.
Well, I'm back at halftime. Joe will join us in just a few moments, but I want to talk for a moment with a gentleman that I have known for a long, long time. Coach Hugh Dunn of the Macon Tigers. Coach, when I came to this part of the world years ago, we did some football games together. You were coaching, I was broadcasting, and I think it worked out all right.
Yeah, those were great times back then, but it has been a while.
It has been. You are in the Viking Hall of Fame. Of course, in the Missouri Hall of Fame. They named the stadium after you in Macon, and you still come to these Valley games, don't you?
Oh, we enjoy getting here. We can. My daughter and son came down today, and we met. It was kind of interesting because we were over eating lunch, and a couple walked in. It was Buck and his wife. They were out on a motorcycle ride.
Your other son, Buck, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which son came with you?
Buddy is here.
Buddy's with you?
We met him here.
Okay.
And my daughter is from Colorado. She's the one that's out at.
All right. And you still have a son coaching at Lawson, right?
Right, yeah. They're still hanging on in their district. They'll play next week. I think they'll play Lexington, I think.
So you come down here, you travel up to Lawson. Man, you keep busy, don't you?
I usually go see Lawson play when Macon's playing down Louisiana or someplace a long way. So it makes it a good trip, but we've enjoyed it. It's been a long haul, and of course, we miss having Peg to go with us. She was in on everything we did, and it's been tough getting along without her.
Well, I'm telling you what, Peg Dunn was the public address announcer at Macon High School while you were coaching. We were broadcasting, and wow, we had a lot of fun back then. And by the way, I still hear your former coach, Walt Thompson, once in a while. He's mentioned on the Missouri broadcast. Susie's a cheerleading coach, and he's spotting for the network, so they're still busy, aren't they?
He enjoyed Susie invited me down, and one of the engineers down there showed us their new facility while they were constructing it, and then later on, after it's finished. Yeah, it was an interesting trip. Susie's gotten in on a lot of things, though. They take the cheerleaders down to Whiteman Air Force Base, and it took us down. We got to go through the stealth bomber and all that kind of thing.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Enjoyed having you when you were there, and it's good to see you again. Better get out of here.
Oh, we got another minute yet. I always have time to talk to Hugh Dunn, and I'm going to tell people right on the air here, Coach, that when I became a young broadcaster, there's probably no one that coached with more class and taught me more about how to be class around sports than you. You believe in all these young men and what they do and these young women, and that's important, isn't it, that they get involved?
I appreciate that, and we enjoyed having you there. Because you were always class act to come to our games.
Coach,
good to see you.
Great to see you, sir, and anytime. But by the way, I said he's a Hall of Famer. He also was named as an outstanding alum a couple of years ago. So say hi to the family for me, would you? And we'll do it again. All right.
Thank you.
Coach Hugh Dunn, and I mean, he is one of the greats in high school football, the state of Missouri. Lives in Macon, Missouri still. You can't miss his home. It's just by the football field, and he has goalposts for his mailbox in black and orange, the color of the Tigers. The field's named after him. He's in the Valley Hall of Fame. He's in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. He's one of the legends in Missouri high school football. I'm glad he could stop by our booth today. It's homecoming. The Vikings coming back onto the field, so are the Wildcats. It's 14-9, Valley with a lead on the Viking Sports Network.
Save energy and money at LaCrosse Lumber in Marshall with Owens Corning expanding
We are through all the ads.
All right, we'll just keep rolling then. We'll give them a freebie today.
All right.
Cross Lumber will let you use their machine for free. It'll blow 1,000 square feet per hour. Owens Corning Attic Cat Insulation. Bring in your measurements and get a free estimate today. It's only $35.95 per bag, and veterans get an additional 10% off. Lacrosse Lumber, 152 West Morgan Street in Marshall.
Young athletes often run the risk of strain or injury. It's good to know that Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is on your team. Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services provides outpatient physical therapy, many highly specialized certified techniques designed to put athletes back at the top of their game. So when your doctor prescribes outpatient physical therapy, remember Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is close by for adult, pediatric, and athletic physical rehabilitation. Learn more at fitzgibbon.org.
Well, a couple of minutes before the start of the second half, a busy homecoming halftime. Hope you've enjoyed it all. And Joe, I guess the high schools really start the playoffs next week. How about some high school scores from last night?
Again, the regular season ended last night in Missouri. We've got some conference champions crowned. The Hannibal Pirates, they wrapped up the NCMC conference last week. They lost a battle last night, 28-14. Big win for the Marshall Owls. The Owls beat Boonville 56-28. Wind up tied for third place in the conference with Fulton. The Hornets beat Kirksville 41-20. Mexico winds up in second. They beat Mobley 33-16. St. Paul won the I-70 conference last week. They won last night over Missouri Military 56-14. Wellington Napoleon winds up second in the conference. They beat Sweet Springs 48-12. It was Trenton beating Concordia 41-26. Crestridge 14-0 over Windsor. Lone Jack beats Archie 42-20. Appleton City 64-6 over Oric, and Santa Fe beats Wentworth Military Academy 48-7. Westran wraps up the Lewis and Clark Conference for the second year in a row last night. They beat Fayette 52-12. Marceline winds up second. They won 53-0 over Slater, and Salisbury beat Paris 16-0. Higginsville wins their fourth straight undefeated MRVC East Conference championship. They beat Carrollton 47-12. Richmond winds up second. They beat Lexington 34-13 last night. Holden beat Knob Noster 41-0. It was Harrisonville going undefeated in the MRVC West. They beat Pleasant Hill 35-10. Oak Grove, the runner-up, they beat Excelsior Springs 45-0. Odessa beat Grain Valley 21-10. Kansas City O'Hara wins the West Central Conference. They beat Warrensburg 53-22. Smith Cotton ties for second. They get a big win over Kansas City Center 12-7. They tie with St. Pius, who won a non-conference game 20-0 over Pembroke Hill. And Clinton, in conference game, beats Nevada last night 14-13.
All right, and believe it or not, the playoffs start next week. So, and everyone's in the playoffs in the Missouri system.
Well,
right?
every team
everyone,
grouped into 8-team districts, teams seeded 1 through 8. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, and so on next week. If you win, you keep going. If you lose, your season's over.
All right, here's the kick to start the second half. This line drive to the goal line. It's taken by Jarrell Davis to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Fumbles the ball. It's picked up by one of the Vikings. It may have been fumbled again.
Hot potato out there.
And Culver says they have the ball. The Vikings fumbled it once, may have fumbled it again, and Culver's got the football.
Wow. What a turn
of events. No, or do they? Yeah, they do. They're still, no, the referee's saying Viking ball.
Yeah, wow.
The referee is adamant about it. He's saying Viking football at the 25-yard line.
Thank goodness. Woo. That could have been a huge turnover right there. But Vikings, somebody gets in the bottom of that pile, and not sure who it was, but nonetheless, Vikings will have it 1st and 10. They're going to have it about their own 24-yard line.
Well, let's see if we can check on the replay, because the ball was fumbled by Jarrell. Someone picked it up, and then they fumbled it. But anyway, trips to the left side. Vikings somehow come out of it with the ball. And, Joe, I'll bet you whoever had that ball at first didn't end up with it when that pile was done.
What happens in that pile stays in that pile.
That's right.
You just never know what happens when there's a loose ball and all those bodies piled on top of each other.
CulverStockton takes a timeout before we run the first play of the second half. They must have had something defensively they didn't like. So they take a quick timeout here. We'd like to thank Coleman Collision, Weber Seeds Incorporated, Wood and Houston Bank, and Fitzgibbon Hospital out of Marshall for making these broadcasts possible. Also, Comfort Inn Marshall Station, Community Bank of Marshall, Blackburn, Multivan, Waverly, and Sweet Springs, and Marshall Service Company, Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service, and Lime Cooler Insurance Services. All of Marshall on KMMO Marshall. I'm looking here who picked it up. I think it was Ricky Williams who picked up the ball, then he fumbled it. But anyway, the Vikes have it. Trips to the left side. Dodge a huge bullet. Swing it out. Give it to Jarrell. Jarrell to the 25 to the 30. Splits a couple of defenders. Hangs on to the football up the Viking sideline. Across the 35 to the 37-yard line. First down, gain of 13.
Little bubble screen that time. They got the ball out to Jarrell in space. He made the most out of it. Linebacker Kyle Enos brings him down out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, but it's a Viking first down out across the 35-yard line.
Good start for the Vikes. Empty backfield. Ellefson makes the catch. Turns upfield. Drags a couple of tacklers within the midfield. They're going to spot him out right at midfield. A 12-yard gain and a first down for the young man from Marshall.
Boy, Steve showed good strength that time. He drugged two defenders about 5 yards. That was Chris Schwingle and Austin Cobb there on the stop. But another Viking first down right at midfield.
So two quick short passes, two first downs. First down, handed off. Malachi running hard, gets a couple, falls forward, and stays on his feet at the 40. And boy, I don't think the Vikes thought he was down. They think he may have rolled over the top of somebody there. Malachi didn't think he was, but the play was whistled down after a gain of 4 yards.
Let's appeal it. Let's go to the replay camera.
Well, you saw in the replay, couldn't really tell. There was a pile up there. He rolled over, but they say the knee was down.
Andy Staten and Josh German there on the stop for CulverStockton, second down and 6.
Watching it here, and I'm not sure he ever did go down. He rolled over the top. There's a flag as the Vikings throw it deep for Ellefson, but I'm still not sure on that running play if indeed he did go down. But the whistle blew, and now the pass is thrown deep for Ellefson, and there's going to be a penalty on this play.
Andy Smith, the defensive back in coverage, might be something on him. We'll just have to see.
Well, this offense comes out with a little more spark here. That's a pass interference. Yeah. That's the second pass interference on the Wildcats this afternoon.
Well, Steve Ellefson running a post pattern right down the middle. Bruce threw the ball pretty well that time, just over Steve's outstretched hands, but apparently he was bumped or held or something, so that's going to be another Viking first down. They take it all the way down into Culver's territory. That ball play started at the 50. It's going to be marked at the 31-yard line. So first and 10 for the Vikes.
Vikes up 14-9, moving the football to the 31-yard line after the penalty. Malachi Daniels stays in at the running back spot. On a first down and 10. Malachi gets it running left. Now cuts it back across the 30 to the 25. And he may have fumbled the ball. Got it back at the 21 or 22, close to another first down. I don't know if he fumbled. It looked like he reached back and grabbed it, and they're going to give him a 9-yard gain, second down and 1.
And that's one of the most productive running plays we've had today is Malachi picks up 9 on the play. Chris Swingle there to make the stop. So second and short, Vikes can do about what they want here.
And they want to throw, and it is caught at the 15-yard line and gets down inside the 10, down to about the 8, and that's McDaniels with it.
Harley Schaffner, the linebacker there to bring him down, but that's another Viking first down. So after the Vikings recover that fumble, after they fumbled it on the kickoff, they get it back, and they've been on the move ever since as they're knocking on the door, leading 14-9 with 13:08 to go in the third.
Little slant pattern to Dylan McDaniel, and that picks up a first down. It is first and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Vikes want to strike here early in the third quarter. Reyes swings it out of the backfield to Malachi Daniel. He gets to the 5, and he'll walk into the end zone. We may have to start calling him Touchdown Daniels because he has 7 touchdowns now in the last few weeks, and that was a little swing pass out of the backfield, and he took it in. Boy, what a turn of events, Joe. A fumble that CulverStockton thought they had on the kickoff, ruled the Vikings had possession. The Vikings just roll right down the field and score.
Well, good to see the offense really come to life in that drive. Every play in that drive was very productive. I think they got a first down on all but one play during that entire drive and culminates in an 8-yard pass to Malachi for the touchdown. So that gives the Vikings a little bit of breathing room now.
Up 21-9 after the extra point by Dan Morrow is good. Vikes take the opening kickoff to score. 12:51 to go, third quarter. 21-9 Valley on the Viking Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to watch all
Hey, Ty, just start taking 30s if we're done with ads, and we'll just start taking 30s, okay?
Roger that.
Okay.
your favorite team. View the full menu at MexicoLindoMarshall.com. See why Mexico Lindo is Marshall's favorite Mexican restaurant.
Hi, I'm Juan, manager of Mexico Lindo Marshall. I do like to wish Valley Viking good luck in the game. Thank you for supporting.
That's the second week in a row we scored right before the half and right after the half.
Big drive for the Vikings as they get the touchdown pass from Bruce Reyes to Malachi Daniels, an 8-yarder to put the Vikes up 21-9. Morrow will kick it off. Very little breeze right now. Morrow with a strong right leg into the football. Drills this one, but it could be returnable, and it'll be grabbed at the 1-yard line by Hill. Hill brings it back to the 10, to the 15, tries to get to the outside, tripped up at around the 22-yard line. So that's where Culver will take over for the first time in the second half, trailing 21-9. Try to get you some halftime stats if we can, and I'll tell you, Joe, the running stats for the Vikes wouldn't be much in that first half.
No, I don't think we had more than 4 or 5 rushing plays in that first half.
So it'll be first down. Coming off the field for the Vikings, limping a little bit, is Cedric O'Hara, one of the linebackers. So he was on special teams, got hurt or banged up a little bit, came off on his own power. First down for Lewis and the Wildcats, trailing 21-9. And they want to keep it on the ground. They're going to get a few yards out across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. Running to the left, it'll be second down and about 6. This is where the Viking defense wants to stop here, Joe, and get that ball right back.
Yeah, I think Christian Walker was the first one to make contact there on the defensive end for the Vikings. That's a gain of about 3 on the play. Second down and 7 for Culver. Yeah, I like to get that back. Offense has scored the last 2 times they've had the ball, so you want to keep that momentum going. In a similar position against Mid-America last week, he just couldn't generate anything after that.
And throws it by his intended receiver, who had stopped, Eli Kabakang, and he just stopped, had defender right there. Pass is incomplete. It'll be third down.
Yeah, good coverage, pretty good pressure that time by Toa Hogan for the Vikes, and so a big third down play for Lewis. And CulverStockton does not want to give this ball back to the Vikings now. The Vikes, like we said, have scored the last 2 times. They've had their hands on the pigskin.
Let's see what Lewis can do here. Third down and 6. And they have been pretty successful on third down conversions. Lewis back to throw, stays in the pocket, pumps once. Oh, and almost threw it right. He did throw it right to Michael Barnes, and he can't hang on. And Michael Barnes, a young man out of Beaumont, should have had a pick 6. It was right, hit him right in the 1, and he couldn't hang on.
I think he was shocked. I think Michael was shocked. That ball hit him right in the numbers. He could have walked into the end zone if he could have held on to that one.
Michael. I'll have to talk to the young man about that.
Is he in one of your classes?
No, but we see him all the time. He's a very fun young man to talk to. We should have had that one. He knows it. Look at him down there. He knows it. Now they'll have to punt it away again. Vikes should get good field position. Zamudio will punt it. Oh, man, a nice high punt taken.
Wow.
And Mikael Johnson's dropped immediately at the 30-yard line.
That's a great kick by Zamudio that time, and a good downfield, open field tackle by Greg Scott, a sophomore out of Lansing, Michigan. He was right there, Johnny, on the spot. And give Mikael Johnson credit for hanging on to that ball.
You know, that is a tough thing to do. I never did that, never wanted to do that as being punt returner. You got to stand back there. You got to have confidence you catch that punt with these guys coming right at you, and they can get about as close to you as they want before you catch that ball.
You got to be able to watch the guys coming downfield and the ball at the same time, plus catch it.
That is tough. Ball to 30-yard line, first down for the Vikings. Hawkins in the backfield, but Reyes going to roll and throw, and Jarrell Davis can't come up with it just off his fingertips at the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. We're down to the 11:42 mark of the quarter. For you folks on live stream, after this game in about an hour, we'll crank it back up. We have soccer, Avila in town.
Well, and deja vu all over again. Vikings in a similar position last week. We've got to keep the pedal to the metal right now, and let's put this game out of reach, get another score.
Back to throw. Swing it out of the backfield, and this time it's off the shoulder pad of Elliott Hawkins. It'll be third and 10. So 2 very short passes, both incomplete.
Good pressure that time by Josh German, the freshman defensive lineman out of Columbia. And I think Bruce had to unload that ball before he wanted to, and Hawkins hadn't completely turned around. So goes incomplete. So big third.
In this contest for the Vikings, third down. Reyes, play action. Here comes the rush. He steps up, throws it deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. There's a flag down. I don't think the Culver coaches are going to like this, but Stenard may have been interfered with by Andy Smith, and that's where the flag was thrown.
And that's the second pass interference call against Andy Smith that time, and he was with Stenard step for step, but apparently must have been some contact or again a grab or something else downfield. So Vikings once again benefit from a major pass interference call, second time in this half.
Yeah, they were going to have to punt that ball, but as the penalty, a 15-yarder moves the ball to the 45-yard line. Have a couple of scores from earlier today. Benedictine all over Peru State, 49-6.
Wow.
And it was Baker, as you might expect, at Avila winning 45-3. Flag is down. Pass is complete. Short gain. Now the ball is fumbled, but I believe Ellefson was down at the 49-yard line. Let's wait and see what the penalty's all about here. I thought there was a flag down.
I don't know. Ellison fumbled the ball, but I think they said he was down when Delvon Franklin comes back into the Viking lineup.
Delvon and Zach Fairchild at blocking bat spot. Offside is the call against the Wildcats. Joe, I was talking to one of their assistant coaches before the game, and he said, boy, we're leaving a lot of points on the field this year. And we could see that in the first half. This game's a long ways from over, but they had 3 field goals, and they dominated that first quarter but could not get into the end zone. I think that was key.
Got fairly deep into Viking territory on 4 different occasions in that first half.
Well, after the penalty, it's first down. Reyes going to throw. Looking deep. Jarrell is open for a moment. Makes a wonderful catch at the 10-yard line. He and the defender got there at about the same time. Tuatello, the defender, and he and Jarrell got there at the same time at the 10-yard line, and Davis comes down with the ball, first and goal.
Good protection by the offensive line, and Bruce really stuck that pass in there that time. Like you say, Jarrell made a good catch, but it was a good throw too. So that's what we need, and that takes it all the way, like you said, inside the 10. So Vikes with 10:58 in the third quarter, leading 21-9, knocking on the door one more time.
Tuatelli was there and thought, hey, I might get this ball, and Davis just went up and got it. First and goal, 10-yard line. Reyes rolls to his right, throws it that way. It's complete. Jarrell Davis out of bounds at the 4. It'll be second and goal from there.
Yeah, that time Jarrell, he made the catch, but then wrestled out of bounds immediately by Mike Fitzgibbons, a junior defensive back out of Mundelein, Illinois. I probably mispronounced that. I don't know if anybody's listening in Mundelein or not, but hey, we're trying.
We sure appreciate having you with us. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Malachi Daniels comes in. He already has 1 touchdown rushing today. They're going to throw it to the sideline as the catch is made by Stenard. Touchdown! The freshman held on to that one. Dorian Stenard on the right side grabbed it, kept both feet in bounds, and the Vikings strike again early third quarter.
Good throw by Bruce. That time the defensive back was on the inside shoulder to Stenard. Bruce stuck that one on the outside shoulder, and Dorian pulled that one in. So a nice 4-yard touchdown pass right there, and Vikings offense has scored the last 3 times we've had the ball all on passing plays.
Here's the extra point attempt, and Morrow bangs this one through. Vikes are up now, 28-9. Early third quarter, 10:23 to go on the Viking Sports Network.
This winter, it's time you choose the gas furnace with a lifetime unit replacement limited warranty. It's time you choose a Amana brand. To receive warranty, online registration is required within 60 days of installation, except in California and Quebec. Visit amana-hac.com for full details.
Call your local Amana dealer, Country Heating and Cooling in Marshall and Slater, 831-5385 or 529-2100.
This is Frank reminding you, if you want a job done well, get a busy man to do it.
Yeah, that was a nice sweep. He threw that ball.
28-9 is the Viking lead now. 2 quick touchdowns in the third quarter to open up a little breathing room against a very gritty, tough CulverStockton Wildcat team. Bruce Reyes now 3 touchdown passes.
Well, I'm trying to think back. I think it was at our last home game, another home game, we got off to a very slow start. But once we got rolling, it was Katie bar the door.
Here comes Morrow with the kick. Last one did not get to the end zone. This one won't either. It spins, and it is going to go out of bounds. I would like to see that ball go into the end zone, but it goes out of bounds. So pretty good field position coming up here for Culver. Joe, our offense today kind of reminds me of an old car you'd have in college or something in the wintertime. It's sputter and kick, but once you got it warmed up, it was pretty good. They could take you to Kansas City, but kind of rough getting it started. That's kind of where our offense was today.
That's a pretty good analogy, an old car, yeah. Hey, and Ken, before we go on, I want to mention a couple of people honored. Of course, we all know Tom Hebb. Tom's done so much around here. The assistant girls basketball coach, teaches math here at Valley, has been around, very successful. Stan McKinney. Stan was a good athlete at Santa Fe, right down the road here on Highway 20. Good football and basketball player, and talk more in a minute.
Here's Lewis on first down, brings Hill in motion from the wide receiver spot on the right, back to the formation, and they'll run the ball, and a pretty good running play by Bolton. Well, he wouldn't go down. He finally went down after a gain of about 6 yards to the 41-yard line. Tough run by Octavius Bolton, the junior,
and I think everybody on the Viking defense touched him at one time or another during that run, I think.
2nd down and 4. Jeff Dubendek probably thinking, we've got to get back some basics here and calm this thing down. Still plenty of time, but down 28-9.
And Mike O'Brien, a good basketball player. Back in the days when Wayne Crawford and some of those guys played for the Vikings, Craig Porter and some of that bunch. So some good names. Mike Forrest from Carrollton.
2nd down and 6. Out of the shotgun is Lewis. Rushes on. Shovel pass, and the Vikes weren't fooled by that at all. Ricky Williams came with the pressure. The shovel pass to Bolton, and then 2 or 3 of the Vikings were there to wrap him up.
Good pressure, like you said, by Ricky, and then Zach Nunn was there, also Stephen Thayer to bang him to the ground. So great pressure that time by the Viking defense, and Vikes starting to really take charge of this thing right now.
Ricky Williams is quick coming from that linebacker spot, isn't he?
He's been a real bright spot so far this season.
Ricky is out of Florida City, Florida. He is a sophomore, 5'11", 218. 3rd down and 7, loss of 3 on that shovel pass. So Lewis will take the snap, backpedal, rushes on, pocket holds for a moment, and now nobody open, and he is sacked back at the 33. Good coverage in the secondary. He had time, nobody open, and then the rush got to him.
I think they're going to give credit to Carlton Kilgore for that sack that time. Jacob King also there, so Viking defense really just kind of bringing the house right now and really got in there and got to Lewis. And so now it looks like Culver's going to have to kick it away. And
Zamudio Rios showing a strong leg. He's standing back at the 20-yard line. Jarrell would like to return one. He had a big punt return that set up a Viking score earlier. Nice wobbly spiral high, and it's taken by Davis. Jarrell turns, is hit, breaks one tackle, here come the Wildcats. That's about 5 or 6 of them there now. He couldn't get away. He was going to right and left, nowhere to go.
You know, in that time, Jarrell, I saying go down, because that's the kind of play you're standing up, you're leaning one way, and then somebody comes and hits you from the other direction. That's a way to wrench a knee or an ankle, but he did a good job holding on to the ball that time.
Well, now Adams comes in at quarterback, Darius Adams, so he's getting some reps. And Bruce led him downfield for a couple of touchdowns already in this quarter. Now it's Adams' turn. The
Darius
freshman
already
St. Louis.
has a touchdown pass today to Ricky Fuentes, the first scorer for the Vikings.
He stands back at his own 13-yard line. Flag is down. This could be a free play. Adams tries to get to the outside. He's going to be wrapped up at the 17-yard line, but I believe the Wildcats were offside.
Mike Fitzgibbon makes a stop on the play, and Adams tried to scramble out of the pocket, but you're right, it is offsides against CulverStockton, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Vikes will have it 1st and 5 with 8:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's all Vikings right now, 28-9. Vikes have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns here.
Well, we just saw Nigel Dawn for one play. We haven't called his name all day. He comes out, and Elliott Hawkins, the running back, on this 1st and 5 from the 24-yard line. Hawkins will line up to the right side of Adams. Adams hands it to Hawkins. No, he's going to keep it. He doesn't like to give that ball up. He faked the handoff, and then he was hit and dropped back at about the 17-yard line. So he loses 5. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 11. He lost 4, second 11.
Nice play that time by lineman David Martinko out of Kansas City, and he dumps Adams back for a loss. So it's about a 6-yard loss on that play.
First time we've mentioned Marcinko. He has 5 sacks coming into this game. Adams swings it out to Jarrell. He breaks one tackle, still on his feet, and he has a first down all the way out to the 29-yard line. Well, we lost him and all those defenders over there, but that pile just kept moving forward, and that's about a 12-yard gain and a first down. Way to go, Jarrell Davis.
That time, the little guy drug about 4 big men 4 or 5 yards down the field. Good hustle and good effort, second and third effort by Jarrell Davis.
So the Vikings get out of that hole. It's a first down. We have a 6:58, third quarter, 28-9 Valley. Adams takes the snap in the pocket, guns it in traffic, and it's incomplete. Boy, McDaniel had double coverage. Andy Smith was one of them that was there, and also Javon Willis, and he was fortunate that ball didn't get picked.
Yeah, probably not a good choice by Darius that time. He tried to force that ball into the crowd, and luckily it looked like all 3 guys got hands on it, so nobody could bring it in. But that's going to bring up I think about a third down, and looks like about a third down and 9 for the Vikings.
That'll still be second down. Second down
still
and 9.
Second, okay.
You know, I noticed Darius Adams, I didn't mention this, he wears gloves, a glove on each hand, and you don't see quarterbacks do that a lot. But he's wearing a glove on each hand. Now he hands it off to Hawkins. Hawkins breaks a tackle. Hawkins to the 40, across the 40 to the 43-yard line on the Viking sideline, and that's enough for a first down, 13-yard gain.
Yeah, Hawkins that time got loose from a couple defenders. Marcinko finally brings him down, but not till Hawkins gets the ball all the way out to about the 44-yard line, so it is enough for a first down, so good run by Hawk.
And the Vikings keeping this drive going up 28-9. They hand it again up the middle. Hawkins, another good hole. He's dropped at the 49-yard line, but that is a 5-yard gain on first down. You'll take that each and every time, and it'll be second down and 5 coming up.
You know, Ken, I wonder if that's an option play. If Adams, for instance, in this case, has the option of whether he wants to hand it off to the running back or keep it himself. So it looks like kind of like the old belly play. He'll stick it in and then sometimes pull it out. So I have to ask Coach sometime.
Yeah, I think we have a time. I think what they're doing on that play, Joe, is it's kind of that read option play. If the defensive end stays outside, then the quarterback will take it. And if that defensive end pinches in and tries to go to the quarterback, then they should hand it off. So it's kind of a read by the quarterback, and you have to make that right read. And that takes a lot of timing to do that, and a lot of playing time, I think, to make that kind of a call.
Well, that's the option. You know, anytime a team runs the old triple option offenses are very similar. It all depends on the decision-making of the quarterback, and if you make the right read, it's going to work well for you. If you don't, look out.
Well, there was an injury timeout. One of the Wildcats was down for a bit.
And some of the gymnasts down there doing. I'm going to go down and see if I can do a triple flip on that
I'd like
mat.
to see it. Why don't you go right now, and we'll put the camera on. We have a camera down on the track.
Don't do me any favor.
And we will watch. The injured player, Marcinko, walked off the field under his own power, and that's good to see. But it's second down and 5 after the 5-yard gain by Hawkins. Here's a pass out, and that one skips to McDaniel. Pass from Adams. It's going to be third down and 5.
Yeah, Javon Willis and Mike Davis, couple defenders right in Adams's cage right there when he tried to throw the ball. So didn't have much time to look over the field.
Third down and about 5. How about this score for you in NCAA Division I college football? West Virginia beat Baylor today, 41-27. And Kansas State over Oklahoma, 31-30.
Wow, how did they hold Baylor at 27
I don't know. Here's the pass, and they had McDaniel open, and Adams threw it right by him. They're trying to get the freshman some playing time here at the varsity level, and he had McDaniel open for a first down, but whistled it right by him, so it'll be a punting situation. Jason Maiden in to do that.
I looked at the score last week, and TCU is ahead of Baylor like 58-41 with about 7 minutes to go, and next time I see it, Baylor won the game 61-58.
Kabakang back deep at the 10-yard line to receive this punt from Jason Maiden. Maiden is standing at his own 35. Vikes lead 28-9. Good snap, rushes on, gets it away. This one is end over end. Kabakang comes up. Ball may have touched him. And if it's loose, the Vikings could have it. Kabakang came up. That ball was spinning end over end, and Kabakang couldn't come up with it. And then he was hit, knocked away from the ball. The Vikings come up with it.
I think that was Kiefer Shipley, the 220-pound sophomore out of Drexel, Missouri, that got that fumble recovery. I don't know why Kopechek tried to catch that ball. That was a low-line drive down around his ankles. He was in a full run trying to catch it. And that, I'm not sure Lorenzo Kane could have caught that.
That was a mistake because that ball was spinning end over end. That's the hardest one to catch, and he tried to come up with it, and he fumbled it. Good job by the Vikings to come up with it, and I believe that was may have been Shipley who got it.
Speaking of Lorenzo Kane, how about some of the catches he's made in center field for the Royals?
He's red hot. Here's Reyes through traffic. He's going to be sacked back at the 30-yard line. So it'll be second down and 15.
That sack was made by Javon Willis, the freshman defensive back out of St. Peters, Missouri. So that's going to be a loss of, looks like about a loss of 3 or 4 yards for the Vikings. Second down and about 13.
5:11 to go in this third quarter. Vikings are starting to take charge, up 28-9. Another score here would be big, and now we have a timeout, I think, taken by Valley. A little confusion on this offense. So the Vikings will take a timeout. 5:01 to go, 28-9. Valley with a lead. Back in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Brad Strauber, registered representative with Securities America Incorporated. I can help you get your finances in order by taking a look at the big picture. I'll consider your estate, retirement investments, and tax strategies. Let Securities America help put your financial house in order. Come by and see me, Brad Straub, inside the Community Bank on the Marshall Square, and make an appointment today.
Securities offered through Securities America Incorporated. Member FINRA, SIPC, Community Bank of Marshall, and Securities America Incorporated are not affiliated. Not FDIC insured, no bank guaranteed, may lose value.
Vikings have the ball back. 28-9 is the lead. Bruce Reyes with 3 touchdown passes. Darius Adams has a touchdown strike. Ball is at the 28-yard line. Second down and 14. Reyes turns, wants to throw. Pocket holds, throws for another touchdown, and he's got a man there, and there it is. A perfectly thrown ball to McDaniel, and Dillon made the catch. And wow, what a third quarter for the Viking offense.
Yeah, that was a great throw, and that time McDaniel was wide open. Bruce put a little air into that ball, laid it right there, and the Vikes really feeling it right now. That's the 4th time in a row the Vikings have scored. They were down, 9-7, and they've scored 4 unanswered touchdowns and can go up 35-9 if Morrow can hit this extra point.
Morrow's extra point is on the way, and it's good. So some breathing room for the Vikings. They're up 35-9, 4:54 to go. A 21-point explosion here in the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Football is finally here, and Jennings Premium Meats in New Franklin is ready. Brats, burgers, ribs, pork chops, hot dogs. Whatever you like to grill at your tailgate party, we've got you covered. Serving mid-Missouri for 60 years, Jennings Premium Meats has the freshest selection of meat, we guarantee. Score a touchdown every week at your tailgate party with the help from Jennings Premium Meats in New Franklin. Open 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, Saturdays 8 to 5. Find out more at JenningsPremiumMeats.com.
4 touchdown passes for Bruce Reyes now after a slow start, but once he's picked it up, touchdown passes to Mikael Johnson, that one to Dylan McDaniel. Malachi Daniels got one coming out of the backfield. Who has the 4th one, Joe? Let's see, there's a
did you say Malachi Daniels?
I said Malachi.
You had Mikael Johnson.
Mikael Johnson, Dylan McDaniel.
Then let's see,
and
it was
one more.
Stenard, Dorian
Stenard caught that nice pass on the far side.
4-yard touchdown pass this quarter.
3 of them here in this third quarter as the Vikings have opened up a close game. And here's the kick, and this one is going to be taken by Andy Smith a yard deep, up to the 10. Tries to get to the outside. He'll be run out of bounds and steps out, and the Vikings stay away from him. And maybe you have a Viking hurt down there.
There's a flag. They just threw a late flag right on the Viking sideline, so I don't know if that was a bad block or what.
One of the Vikings slow to get up. He is on the white of the sideline down there at the 23 or 24-yard line. Vikings are up 35-9, pretty much in control of this one now. Peak performance of Marshall, Sedalia and Fayette, Clements Pool and Spa, H&S Heating of Cooling, and Viking Athletic Goods all with you. What was it?
I don't know if it was a late hit by.
Penalty was
against Culver, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, on the receiving team, they signaled the wrong direction.
Well, somebody got hit late on the side. I don't know if it was that or taunting or whatever the case may be. The penalty's against Culver.
Yeah. It's one of those half the distance to the goal line penalties, I believe, and that's going to mark it back to about the looks like about the 11-yard line.
Well, this Culver team, you had the feeling the first half, as well as they were playing, they were getting field goals, and the Viking defense was not letting them cross that goal line. And wow, they left a lot of points on the field in that first quarter, and now the Vikings are taking advantage of it. It's first down. Here's a handoff, and absolutely nothing there. Man, for Cameron Henderson. And Joe, you talked about Jarrell staying down. That time Henderson, maybe you stayed down because he tried to. They had a hold of one leg. He was trying to move, and the Vikings made him pay for that move. That's a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, and the Viking defense really taking charge now. We got to be sure you remember that Hoffman, the number one quarterback for the Jake Hoffman, was hurt in the first half. He was really throwing the ball pretty well for CulverStockton, but he's been out now, and the offense really has not been the same since he left.
And Jake was really rolling there in that first quarter. Second down, empty backfield for Lewis. Oh, excuse me, they're in the pistol. Then he'll hand it off again. They want to run to the left side, and hit hard again was Henderson. He held on to the ball across the 15 out to the 18. Whoa, did he take a shot, and he held on. It'll be third down. Have not seen Desmond Phillips either. I don't know if he's banged up or they're just going with Henderson.
Michael Barnes and Moyed Maxwell, the two on that stop, pretty vicious hit. I think Maxwell's the one that had the monster hit on him, but it's going to be third down now and about 3 for Culver, and they really need to convert if they want to stay a part of this game.
Ball is at the 18, maybe the 19-yard line. Out of the pistol this time. Lewis will wait for the snap, take it. They want to run the ball to Henderson, and he is not going to get to the line of scrimmage. Wrestled down by Michael Barnes.
Yeah, I think the first stop, the initial hit in the backfield was made by, I believe that was Seals. They got into the backfield and slowed him up, and then, like you say, Michael Barnes wrestled him down. So good pursuit by the Vikings that time. No, I'm sorry. That's Roy Hale. Roy Hale, I think, is back in the Viking line.
Well, Jeff Duvenek thinking it's now or never. They're going for it on 4th and 1 at the 20. And let's see if they got to the first down marker.
I think he got it. I think he did get it.
Lewis on the quarterback sneak got to the 21. Depends on the spot. They're going to say first down. So, you know what Jeff Duvenek is thinking, if we don't get this first down, we don't score on this drive, we can go home or it's over. So he says, let's go for it right here. Why not?
Good
first
sign.
Down.
Roy Hale, linebacker for the Vikes, is back on the field.
Good.
We thought maybe he had some kind of a serious leg injury, but he's back out there, and he's been the leading tackler on this team coming into today's game, so that looks good.
Well, I do not see Phillips anywhere out there. Desmond Phillips, first down. Handoff, not much for Cameron Henderson running left side. It'll be second down. Clock continuing to move here in the third quarter. 2:20 to go. 35-9 All Valley right now.
I think Big Ty Phillips got a hand on him right there and kind of just brought him down with one arm. And Ty, we've seen Ty do that many times. And
yes, he is something else. When Monty Rose says he may be the best defensive player in the nation, Monty knows something about good defensive players.
He's coached some pretty good players, hasn't he?
Second down and 9. I formation, play action. Lewis wants to throw, dumps it to his tight end half. He has a first down and run out of bounds by Battle on the far side of the field, but he'll have about the 40-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, a little pass, a little crossing pattern, and that time good protection for Lewis. He found Hepp across the middle, tackled by Jonathan Battle, but that's going to be enough, as you said, for a Culver first down as the Cats trying to keep this drive alive, hoping to stay in this game as we near the end of the third quarter.
First down and 10 from the 38-yard line, their own 38. Minute 29 left. Lewis waits for the snap, out of the pistol, turns, throws it, and it is caught. And that is Kona behind the defense, and he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. Kona had a step on the defender, and he takes it all the way down to the 15. I'll make it all the way down to the 12-yard line. It'll be first down there.
Touchdown saving tackle that time by Terrence Hollins-White, the freshman defensive back out of St. Louis, but a good play fake by Lewis. Found some time, and Culver knocking on the door now at the 15. Fifth time today they've been deep in Viking territory.
Hollins-White got beat on the coverage, came back to make the tackle, but it's first down. They'll mark it now at the 15. So good job by the Wildcats deep in Viking territory. On the first down play, there's movement, and that's going to be, I believe, on Alex Southall, one of those guards. That will be a 5-yard penalty. You could see that big body stand up before the ball was snapped. So it's first and 15 from the 20.
Yeah, that really makes first and 15 much tougher than first and 10. So ball, they say, back to the 20. So let's see if the Vikes can keep them out of the end zone. They've done a good job. We're within a minute of being to the end of the third quarter.
In at that blocking back spot, or rather it is Henderson back there. And this time Lewis rolls to his right, throws that way. Pass is caught inside the 20, close to the original line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line by Kona. It'll be second down and 11. He got 4 of those yards back.
And a good heads-up play by Jonathan Battle. Jonathan could have plowed into him right on the sideline. Might have got a late hit. He just gingerly tapped him out of bounds. So good thinking by the freshman that time. Good heads-up play.
In at blocking back for the Vikings. Well, on that last play was Faiapula. He's out of there now as they go to just a one-back set. On second down and 11. Lewis back to throw, guns it to the side, overthrows his intended receiver, Kabakang. At the 10-yard line, it's going to be third down and 11.
Kobe Lowe, the freshman defensive back out of Bellflower, California, there on coverage for the Vikings that time. And that ends period number 3. It's been all Vikings here in this period. Vikings lead at 35-9.
It's homecoming, and we'll be back with quarter number 4 in just a moment on the Viking Sports Network.
If you're 50 or over, it may be time to switch your auto and home insurance. The AARP Auto and Home Insurance Program from the Hartford is now available through the Ashford Agency on Arrow in Marshall. Discover rates, benefits, and services for AARP members, plus extra savings when you insure both your auto and home. Call the Ashford Agency in Marshall at 886-8557. That's 886-8557. Or visit marshallhomes.com. Certain policy features not available in all states. Applicants are individually underwritten. Hartford Fire Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, the Viking defense this year, giving up 13.8 points a game. You know what they'd like to do is force another field goal, but I doubt if we're going to see that because the Wildcats went for it at fourth down and a yard deep in their own territory, so they're probably looking touchdowns now.
You know, though, I will say this CulverStockton team seems to be much improved over some of the teams we've seen the last several years. They really, the game's been much closer than this score right now would indicate.
Duvendeck has done a nice job in his 4 years. Jeff's record is 8-31. 2-4 this year, 0-4 in the league. But still, as you pointed out, Joe, this is a much better team that we have seen CulverStockton, say, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. No question about that.
And, you know, wouldn't be surprised to see them slip up on one of the heavyweights somewhere in the course of the season.
They have played well today, no doubt about it. This broadcast brought to you by John Rector Motors in Marshall, Edward Jones Representative Bob Reed, Raymond Bamer, and Diane Dudenhofer in Marshall, David Reed and Justin Moenkoff in Higginsville, and Davis Lawn Equipment in Marshall. KMMO Marshall, Stretch Internet, and livestream.com. You're going to get your show back on Sunday now? I guess there's no Sunday night baseball.
No Sunday night. We were on last Sunday. Should be on tonight or tomorrow night. Don't know if we'll be. And tomorrow night, if you listen to Sports of All Sorts on KMMO, we'll try to set all the district pairings. The first round district high school games will begin in football next Friday night. We'll try to set all the pairings for the area teams on tomorrow night's show at 8 o'clock.
Good. Third down and 13. Bolton is the running back. Now he'll go in motion to the right side, empty backfield for Lewis. Takes the snap, looks right, rushes on. Williams has him. Ricky Williams with that speed runs him down from behind back at the 25-yard line.
Ricky's not just fast, he's quick. He has a very first quick step, and he got into that backfield that time and just ran Lewis down from behind. So it looks like now maybe Culver will kick a field goal because they've got fourth and an acre and a half for a first down. So
they'll try to get a few points out of this. Samudio has already kicked 3 field goals. He's 3 out of 4, but Joe, again, there you go, leaving points on the field, getting field goals instead of touchdowns.
Yeah, this is not what they want, but they want to come away with something better than nothing.
Zamudio will attempt. This will be a 42-yarder. This kick is on the way. Plenty of leg, but he missed it wide left. That's the second time from over 40 yards he's missed it to the left. So the Vikings give up a long pass play, but they don't give up any points. It's 35-9 with 14-14 to go. And, well, how about this Viking defensive unit? They have been called on time after time, especially in that first half, to make some big stops.
Well, you talk about keys. Culver's been fairly deep in Viking territory on 5 different occasions, and they've got 3 field goals to show for it.
Monty Rowe and his defense, and that young defense just getting better and better and better. So the Vikes come out. Bruce Reyes started slow, 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them here in this quarter, and he's out there to lead the offense from the 25-yard line. And on first down, they'll throw and complete it out to Stenard. Stenard breaks a couple of tackles, picks up 9 out to the 34-yard line. That's on the far side, the Culver side of the field.
You know, Dorian Stenard, he's just a freshman this year, a freshman wide receiver. I look for him to have a breakout game. He's one of these guys that has a lot of potential. One of these games, he's going to break out, and I think he could be quite a receiver before it's all over.
Tall, lanky. Second down and 8. He got a couple of yards. The Vikes will throw it again. Here's Mikel Johnson. Catches it over the middle. They try to wrestle him to the turf. Now they try to strip the ball, and he gets all the way to midfield.
He never went down.
They finally blow the whistle. The first one to get there with the contact was Mike Fitzgibbons, and then everyone else just raking his arms trying to grab that ball, and he never gave it up, never went down. First down, Culver, 49-yard line.
What's that song? Do you want to dance?
Oh, boy,
they were about 8 of them dancing that time.
You have to be strong to hang out of that ball. First down, 49-yard line. Here's his pass out. It comes to Jarrell. Jarrell gets a block on the outside. He's to the 40. 35-yard line, up the left sideline, and steps out of bounds at the 31 of the Wildcats. Another first down, gain of 16.
And it looks like Mikel Johnson shaking up on the play. He's trotting off the side kind of gingerly. Looks like maybe twisted an ankle or something, but he's had a good game.
Fuentes will check in. Fuentes with a touchdown catch in this game. First down at the 31. You're right, Joe. This game a lot closer, especially in the first half, than this score is indicating. First down, back to throw Reyes over the middle, and Stenard can't reach behind him and make the catch. The coverage on him one-on-one, Austin Cobb. And the pass a little bit behind him. He reached, couldn't quite reel it in. It'll be second down.
And again, Austin Cobb, the freshman defensive back out of Blue Springs, he hit Stenard about the same time the ball got there. So pretty good defensive play by the freshman that time.
We're in the fourth quarter. Vikings up 35-9. We'll be on the road next week in Fayette Central Methodist. That'll be a tough one. Hand off to Daw, his first carry, and Nigel spins forward on the outside numbers on the left, gets it down to about the 26. Third down and 6. His first carry picks up 4.
Yeah, and good to see Nigel getting some carries. Hawkins has had some. Daniels has had some, but really not a lot of running plays by the Vikings today, as they've relied on the short and the deep passes both, and have done a good job.
Third down and about 5. Reyes wants to throw. Blitz coming up the middle. Throws to the side. Gets it to Jarrell Davis. Cuts to the inside. He's to the 20, to 15. Breaks a tackle and will score. Oh, what an athletic move. Just a quick pass to the outside. He broke a couple of tackles and was into the end zone. Touchdown, Jarrell Davis. The 5th touchdown pass for Bruce Reyes.
And that, Bruce has thrown to 5 different receivers, too. The 5 different guys have caught touchdown passes.
Joe, right there is why you get a ball to a playmaker. There was nothing out there. Jarrell Davis made 2 Wildcats miss, and then it was into the end zone.
I thought they had him pinned for about a 5-yard loss.
Extra point is good, and folks, it's 42-9. This was a 14-9 game, at the half, and the Vikings had to score late in the first half to make it 14-9. Yep. They have rolled now. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Viking Sports Network.
SureCoat in Sedalia is the place to go for your painting. They're family-owned and operated and offer powder coating. Powder coating is environmentally friendly, not to mention energy and material efficient. It has fewer appearance differences between horizontally coated surfaces and vertically coated. Plus, powder coatings are solvent-free. See SureCoat in Sedalia, 1505 North Ohio, or give them a call at 660-827-6666.
Vikings lead at 42-9. Yeah, we saw Hugh Dunn at the half, visiting a little bit. And Joe, I think I mentioned Hugh Dunn Field is named after him. His wife, Peg, who died a couple of years ago, was the PA announcer while he was coaching all those years.
Wow.
And you had to know where he lived because he was near the stadium. His mailbox was black and black and orange goalposts, the colors of the Macon Tigers.
If the kick went through the upright and then through his upright across the street, did you get 2 points
you
for
should
that?
Get a couple more. Boy, he was a dandy.
Well, his son Todd, a good coach up at Lawson.
Here's the kick, a high spinner. This is going to be returned from about the 5-yard line out to the 10, trying to get to the right side. Nothing there. To the 12-yard line goes Kabakang.
Could be a face mask on the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to get whistled for something. Not intentional, but I think it's going to be a face mask.
That's going to be on Michael Barnes. Michael not agreeing with the call, but well, you stick your hand up in that face mask area, you're going to get the call most of the time.
Well, and normally when you go to tackle a guy, you just try to get something. You can't think, well, I'm going to hit him right here. You just reach, and sometimes the hand gets up in the face mask, and it happens.
So a little better field position for the Wildcats, but we're in the fourth quarter, and the Vikings have started to roll here. In this third quarter and early fourth quarter was something else. So first down for the Wildcats. Vikes have held them to 9 points. Once again, Lewis came in with the injury to Hoffman. Wants to throw, and he's sacked again.
Is that Ty? That's not Ty.
It's kind of unusual. It's not Ty Phillips. He's sacked back at the
That was Jordan
21-yard line.
Peppers, I believe.
Jordan's come back. Jordan's been hurt. Peppers out of Dallas, a junior, has been hurt, but he's back on the field, and good to see Jordan Peppers there. He's a good bookend for Ty Phillips on the other side. He gets a sack. That's a 6-yard loss. Back to throw. Pocket collapsing again. Lewis has to take off, run out of there, throw it deep downfield. It's incomplete as he was trying to hit Kona. That pass was well overthrown as Lewis threw it on the run. It's third down.
Well, in that time, Jeff Desire and Moyed Maxwell both in the backfield for the Vikings. Good pressure. And so Lewis had to unload it a little bit before he wanted to. Threw it over the head of the receiver. So, again, this Viking defense rising up. They played a great game.
Talk about some players we didn't call last year. Jordan Peppers, Jeff Desire, Kyraton Kilgore. He's a freshman. Maxwell's a junior. Those guys didn't even play last year.
Yeah.
They're a big part of it this time around. Third down and about 15 for Lewis. Empty backfield. Looks to launch it. Now he's being chased out of the pocket, being chased around, and he throws it, and it's caught. He has a receiver wide open at the 47-yard line. Vikings were back in coverage, and they let Kona slip away and pick up a first down at the 47-yard line, their own 48-yard line. Good job by Lewis to get himself some more time, and then he found the open receiver, first down.
Gregory Johnson, freshman defensive back, and Cedric O'Hara, another freshman there to make that stop for the Vikings.
Lewis will throw again. Stands, looks, now just going to swing it out of the backfield to Bolton. Bolton breaks one tackle up the sideline, and I think he gets into Viking territory. He does at the 49. Gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. 11:06 clock stop in this ball game.
If I remember right, wasn't Octavius Bolton, wasn't he their main running back last year?
So.
I thought he was, yeah.
He is a senior. Been taken out by Desmond Phillips. Second down, that'll give him 4 yards, give him the 48-yard line. Lewis throws to the sideline. It's complete to Kona. And good tackle over there at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Is that low?
Boy, that was a nice tackle. Was that Christian
I think it's low. I think it's Kobe. No, was it Chris? No, maybe it wasn't low. I thought it was 21.
Yeah, it's 21.
That's
Kobe Lowe.
Yeah, that's who I thought, yeah.
He only has 5 touchdown passes.
How many? 5. Those 2 were from DA. Other 2
1 DA.
Sorry, who else?
I voted for.
Here's a pass, and that is incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down. Going to be 3rd down at about 6. It's going to be 4th down now after the incomplete pass. We're down to 10:27 to go, 42-9.
Well, don't forget, we've got that big game on the road against one of our arch rivals, the Central Methodist Eagles, next Saturday. They're up at Graceland this afternoon. They came in with only 1 loss in the conference, and that was earlier in the year, I believe, to Benedictine. They beat Mid-America a couple of weeks ago.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Empty backfield for Lewis. He is rushed. He gets away. Now he's in trouble. He scrambles to the right, trying to get to the outside. He's going to be tracked down.
And that's a flag over there.
Brad Wolf with the tackle. There is a flag down.
Flag right on the tie. I hope that's not against the Vikings. It's either that or an illegal block. We'll just have to see.
Brad Wolf tracked him down on the far side after Lewis was scrambling. Horse collar tackle.
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be some kind of either that or a face mask.
So I guess the tackle was made by Brad Wolf, but he grabbed those shoulder pads from behind. And the ball's all the way down to the 32-yard line.
Well, bad break because the Vikings had him stopped there, had him shut down. It was going to be Missouri Valley ball, but now Culver's going to get a fresh set of downs. They're going to start at the 32-yard line of the Vikings.
Well, they had a couple of big plays, the big pass play, and now the penalty keeps this drive alive. Lewis out of the shotgun from the right hash mark. Back to throw. Throws to the sideline. Receiver Kona kept going down the sideline, and that pass went to the sideline at the 20-yard line. There was nothing there but turf, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 9:51 to go.
Yeah, a lot of different guys getting into the lineup right now. We'll try to mention some of those names. We mentioned Cedric O'Hara a few minutes ago. We also talked about Gregory Johnson. Kobe Lowe made a nice play a few minutes ago. Also in that secondary, Jawan Cassidy. He's back in there now.
2nd down. And here's Lewis, waits the snap. Vikings are blitzing. He rolls to his left. He throws. It is caught by Kabakang, and he gets out of bounds on the Vikings sideline around the 30-yard line. Very short gain. It'll be 3rd down and about 7. He only picked up 3. It did not get out of bounds. The clock continuing to wind. 9:33 to go.
Senior Danny Hyman at a linebacker spot right now. Kiefer Schiffley, I think, recovered that fumble maybe.
Now Lewis is sacked. They had nobody open, and boy, that pocket just collapsed around him. Ty Phillips is at the bottom of it. And I also see Brad Wolf around there. One of those will get credit with a sack. It's 4th down. And I think Culver's going to take a timeout here. They'll go for it again. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Vikings in control of this one. 42-9 on the Viking Sports Network.
It's nice to get those pretty autumn days that are perfect for field work. It would be nice if you could save a few of those days and use them next spring. This is Paul Cruz with Central Missouri Agri-Service, reminding you that getting your fertilizer and chemicals down this fall is just like saving those days next spring. When you finish up harvest in one field, let's do some fall field work and save a few days for next spring. Central Missouri Agri-Service, where our success is measured by your success.
9:15 to go, 42-9. The Vikings with 6 touchdown passes today, 5 by Bruce Reyes, 1 by Darius Adams. Wow.
Yeah, and really, and the Vikings got off to a very slow start.
Yeah.
In fact, it was they were behind a good part of the first half. They scored. They were behind 9-7 with very few minutes left in the half. Scored that touchdown right before to take that 14-9 intermission lead.
And rolled here in the second half. 4th down and 13 for the Wildcats. Empty backfield for Lewis. Long count, takes the snap. Backpedals, rushes on. He gets by one defender. Throws it. He has a receiver there. Vikings blow the coverage, and Nick Hill has a touchdown. Nobody within 10 yards of him. Somebody in that defensive secondary lost an assignment. 4th and 14, and Hill was wide open in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Culver.
Well, you know, and really maybe fitting that Culver scored a touchdown because they moved the ball pretty well a good part of the day, so they probably deserve one.
And Nick Hill, their leading receiver, that's his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. Now they'll go for 2, trailing 42-15. Good throw by Lewis, and he got away from the pressure. That was the key. Got away from Danny Hyman. Lewis wants to throw to the side, knocked away. Good play defensively by the Vikings. And I believe that was that White?
Terrence Hollins White. Yeah, he got a hand in there and knocked that one away. So good defensive play. And, you know, Ken, I'm thinking back. 2 weeks ago, I think Graceland beat this Culver team 45-0, and Graceland must be pretty good.
Yeah, Graceland must be pretty good because this team is giving the Vikings all you want. You take a few of those missed field goals, and you take a couple of those short field goals, turn those into touchdowns. We've got quite a ball game going on here. So 42-15 is our score. This will be a Viking win. I don't doubt if the Culver can come all the way back, but well, let's see if we can get Bruce Reyes a 6th touchdown pass. How about that?
Yeah, Bruce. I wouldn't be surprised to see Darius Adams now.
Darius might be in there now.
Or Zach Dorton, either one, you know. Now, Darius has already played. He had the first touchdown pass. The Vikes have thrown 6. He has 1, and Reyes has 5 on the day.
Fuentes is back deep along with Jarrell Davis. And, you know, that touchdown drive that Darius Adams led was a big one because the Vikings had no offensive momentum at that time. They were really struggling. He kind of picked them up, got this crowd into it a little bit.
They did. He really did.
Guy who's had a busy day. Kicking and punting the football, Zamudio, and he gets into this one. This will be returned by Jarrell Davis. Grabs it, keeps the knees off the turf of the 10. To the 15, makes a stutter move. Up the sideline, breaks the tackle. 30, he's to the 40. Couple men to beat. Stays on his feet. Tight ropes the sideline. He was hopping on one leg trying to stay in bounds. And let's see where they're going to mark him out at the Culver 47-yard line. Boy, is he quick.
If Jarrell had about 6 more yards on the sideline, he might have had a touchdown there. He just ran out of room on the side.
Yeah, there may be a penalty flag down there. The officials I don't see a flag.
They're pointing at something back there.
Something down there, way back. Block in the back.
Yep.
And you may hear that penalty is going to be on Kiefer Shipley. So the ball all the way back at the 15-yard line.
Well, I imagine we'll see maybe some second unit offensive people in the game now. Maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. I see.
Ball is all the way back. So that's, you say it's a 10-yard penalty, but the Vikings had the ball at the Culver 48. So that is about a 10, 20, 30, about a 38-yard penalty.
Looks like Zach Dorton's going to come in the game, the quarterback for the Vikings right now.
Zach is a senior out of St. Louis, 6'3", 210. Remember, Zach stepped in, led the Vikings in that first playoff win last year.
I think he was the MVP in the game, wasn't he?
Against Northwestern Iowa. First down, Zach Dorton running the show, and on first down, he's going to throw a ball. Is tipped, and it's going to be intercepted, I think. Let's see. That's intercepted, so going to another quarterback and another turnover. And the Vikings are not in any danger here, up 42-15. But, boy, this defense goes, okay, we've got to go right back to work. Dorton, 1 pass, 1 interception.
See if we got any other names out there right now. I'm looking around to see if there's anybody we haven't talked about yet. I think we've mentioned most names one time or another. The Vikings have shuffled people in and out of that lineup quite a bit. Michael Gibson, a linebacker out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. He's in the lineup now, the linebacker position.
And the last time around we mentioned Danny Hyman, but his first down at the 24-yard line for the Wildcats out of the pistol. And they want to throw. Lewis throws, and that will be incomplete. Pretty good coverage. They were trying to get the ball to
a lot of contact. A lot of contact that
but
time.
It's incomplete.
Yeah. Good coverage. It was Terrence Hollins White on the recovery or on the defensive end, and good coverage by him.
Jeff Duvendeck wanted a penalty there. Second down, I don't blame him. There was a lot of contact there. Second down,
they've had two or three called against them.
Yeah.
So,
second down and 10. 3 wide receivers off to the right side. Bolton stays in the backfield with Lewis. Trying to take advantage of this interception. He's got time, throws, and boy, that ball just got away from him. At the last minute, I think he may have decided not to throw it. He just kind of threw that one right into the turf, about halfway to his intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, pretty good pressure that time by Jordan Peppers, also Michael Gibson. They were into that Culver backfield, and I think you're right. I think the ball just kind of slipped out of Lewis's hands, but big 3rd down play, third. I know they're definitely in 4-down territory now with 8:34 left in the game. Vikings lead it 42-15.
Couple of receivers go wide to the right side. Clock was stopped on the incomplete pass. Lewis takes the snap, rolls to his right, being chased by Peppers, throws, it's complete. Ball is loose. Will it rule it a fumble or an incomplete pass? They're going to rule it incomplete. Say he never had complete control of that football as he was hit, so it's going to be 4th down. That was Kabakang, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th down.
So kind of a do-or-die play right here for Culver. 4th and about 9 with 8:26 left in the game.
42-15 Valley.
And Jordan Peppers limps off the field. Looks like he's limping a little bit. Hope he's not re-injured himself.
So it is 4th down. The last time Wildcats had a 4th down, they threw the touchdown strike to Nick Hill. Empty backfield, trips to the right side. Lewis back to throw, scrambling around, throws, and he's got a receiver there and overthrew him. He had a receiver wide open in the end zone, and that was Hill again.
Hill again. He was over. Ike ran the same pattern he ran last time. And
he was wide open, but the pass on the run, Lewis couldn't get it to him. The Vikings take over on downs.
Okay, so once again, the defense keeps Culver out of the end zone, and so Vikes will take over with just over 8 minutes left in the game, and Vikes are going to get their 4th win of the year.
Joe, it must have been, I'm not paying that much attention to the defense as the call on the play, but the defensive alignment must have the Vikings must have thought that we can exploit the pass because they have really become a passing team in this ball game today.
And the running game has looked pretty good the last couple of weeks.
I say that, and they'll hand it off. And
Dorton
keeps it on that option read, and he gets across the 25 out to about the 29-yard line. Nice little run there. Again, we tell you what happens on that option play. If that tight end crashes in, then you hand it off. If not, you take it to the outside.
Mike Fitzgibbon there on the stop, but that's a gain of 5 for the Viking quarterback, Zach Dorton.
If that defensive end crashes, you go to the outside. If he doesn't, then you hand it off. Here's a pass out of the backfield to Hawkins. Turns, squares the shoulders, picks up a 1st down, 35-yard line. So Zach Dorton gets his first completed pass of the afternoon. 3rd quarterback to be used, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, and that time Hawkins just ran over Austin Cobb on the far sideline, but Cobb brought him down. Nice tackle by the freshman out of Blue Springs.
Dorton turns, hands it off. Hawkins has a hole, running straight ahead. Now they wrestle him down, but not before he gets across the 42 to the 43-yard line. Austin Cobb the first to hit him, and Mike Fitzgibbons there as well.
Yeah, pretty good gain on 1st down as Hawkins gets the ball all the way out to about the 43-yard line. That's a gain of, let's call that a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 for the Vikings.
Soccer coming up at 6 o'clock on the live stream tonight, so we'll take a break after our interview with the coach and be back at 6.
Now, one more offer. I'll do the soccer games if you go watch the swimming pool in Wentworth.
I think I'll stay right here.
All right.
Greg Mitchell.
Okay.
Tonight.
Don't say I didn't give you the opportunity.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. 2nd down and 4. Hand it off. Here comes Nigel Dawn. Hawkins is loose. Hawkins up the sideline to the 20, to the 15. Stiff arms the defender and is out at the 1-yard line.
Boy, too bad. If anybody deserved a touchdown, Hawkins did that time. He broke several tackles, turned on a burst of speed right down that sideline in front of the Viking bench, and I'd say got within a couple of feet of getting into the end zone, if that much.
He turned to stiff arm a defender, and they're going to say he's down right at the 1-yard line. Injured on the play was Mike Davis, a defensive lineman for the Wildcats. They come out to take a look at him. But how about that run by Hawkins as he turned it upfield on that sideline? He was chugging down toward pay dirt a yard shy. We'll take a break, come back in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
If more is what you're looking for in a bank, visit us at Exchange Bank of Missouri. This is Bill Orndorff, president of Exchange Bank in Marshall. My pledge to you is to provide a more friendly banking experience, more products and services, and more solutions for your financial needs. Come visit us at any of our 5 locations and see what more you should expect from your bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Mike Davis is that player they're looking at down at the 45-yard line. Mikey, senior out of Wayne, Michigan, came in with 3.5 sacks. And he is up walking off on his own power. But the Vikings get the big run by Elliott Hawkins. A little stiff arm to give him an extra 6 or 7 yards. And now the Vikings would like to punch it in again here.
Yeah, boy, and I haven't seen Hawkins show that speed. I mean, he's been a good runner all year long, but I haven't seen him break away like he did that time, and he almost got that one into the end zone and really outran several defenders.
Hawkins will stay in at that running back spot. The blocking back is Delvon Franklin. So the Vikes now will try to push it in.
I would say Hawkins will get the ball. He deserves a touchdown.
He deserves it. They'll work out of the pistol with the Vikings. Trying to get that touchdown right back. Oh, they're going to give it off to Dorton. Zach rolls to the end zone. He gets there inside the pylon. Hawkins says, I'll get you down here, big guy, and let the senior score a touchdown. So Zach Dorton, the senior quarterback out of St. Louis, with a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings go up 48-15.
Yeah, nice fake that time. I think everybody in the house thought Hawkins was going to get the ball, and Dorton just kind of waltzed into the end zone. So Vikes are great. You remember they only had 14 points at halftime, only had 7 with about a minute to go in the first half, so they really exploded during the second half.
Made some adjustments, no question about it. Extra point attempt by Morrow is on the way. The rush was on, but he gets that right through the outstretched arms of Josh Gaines, and the extra point is good. 49-15, 6:12 to go. Back in 30 seconds, Viking Sports Network.
Viking Athletic Goods in the Marshall Square is your apparel headquarters for all your favorite teams. KC Chiefs, Mizzou Tigers, Missouri Valley Vikings, Marshall Owls, Slater Wildcats, Santa Fe Chiefs, and much more. Pullovers, hoodies, sweats, even socks with logos. Viking Athletic Goods also carries a nice selection of crazy socks. And for going to the games, you'll find the best stadium seats anywhere at Viking Athletic Goods on the Marshall Square.
Boy, a second half explosion for the Vikings, as Joe said, up 14-9 at the half and scoring that second touchdown late. And then they've just come out in the second half and rolled in this one, leading 49-15. Morrow will kick it off again.
Good to see Zach Dorton get a touchdown. Yeah. Like you said, he played a big role in the Vikings' playoff run last year, and after Bruce Reyes got hurt, he looked pretty good on that run there.
Morrow into the football. High and deep, and I think they're going to bring it out. Andy Smith will come out of there with it. He gets to the 10, tries to turn the corner, gets close to the 20, and run out of bounds there on the far side. Good pursuit by the Vikings. I don't think he got back to the 20-yard line, and Wildcats will take over. And if you're just joining us, their starting quarterback, Jake Hoffman, really was playing well in the first quarter, went down unhit and hurt his knee or leg, and he has not been in there. Roman Lewis came in, and 3 field goals in the first quarter for Culver. They had the lead 9-7. Vikes scored late in the first half and just have dominated the second half.
And Bruce Reyes, 5 touchdown passes on the day to 5 different receivers. Darius Adams also had a touchdown toss.
So Roman Lewis back to work. Standing in the shotgun at about the 13. Looks left, now throws it over the middle, incomplete. Trying to get that one to Nick Hill, who has a touchdown and several catches today, and the pass is incomplete. It'll be second down. That stops the clock. We're at the 6-minute mark of this one.
You know, and both teams have thrown the ball a lot today. This has been a long game.
Yes, it has.
And usually we're done in 3 hours, and of course it's homecoming, and that a little bit longer halftime. And anytime you've got a lot of passing, you're going to see a lot of clock stoppages.
Second down and 10. We'll have the Chitwood Award winner announced after the game as well. Here is Lewis Lewis rolling to his left. He may want to take off with this ball. Hit from behind, and he was fortunate to hang on to that football. As you could see that play coming, he gains about 2 yards. They got him from behind, and that was Cedric O'Hara. And boy, he wanted to knock that ball loose.
Cedric, a freshman linebacker out of Pierce City, Missouri. And boy, he put a good hit that time on Lewis. Good job by Lewis of tucking the ball and bringing it into his body and not fumbling on that play.
So 3rd down at about 8. Lewis waits for the snap, backpedals, steps up, gets away, throws incomplete. He was rolling to his right, trying to find Hill. It's 4th down. They will have to punt this one, I would think. Another score from this afternoon. How about this one, Joe? In Springfield, Mid-American Nazarene 52, Evangel 7.
Wow, that's a surprise.
I think so.
I think that game last week must have pumped the Pioneers up.
And that shows you how close the Vikes really had opportunities to win that game.
Haven't heard a score on Graceland and Central Methodist.
Have not heard that one yet. Zamudio standing back at his own 6. Waits the snap. Vikings don't have a block yet this year. That one is end over end, a short kick. It bounces on the turf, picked up by Mikkel Johnson. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's got some room to the left side. He's to midfield, to the 40, up the left sideline to the 30. And he's hit there, and down he goes at about the 29-yard line. Flags are thrown. What a return. He caught that on the right side in front of the Viking bench, went all the way across the field. And I don't know who this penalty is going to be on, but
I'm guessing it's going to be on Culver, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, there was some frustration over there with Mikkel Johnson with that long run. Flag is down. We'll see. Been a lot of penalties and a lot of discussion by the officials this afternoon as well.
They've gotten their words in. Now they're going to try to decide this one. They'll come over to both benches and tell them what they've decided.
Personal foul, face mask. So that goes on top of the run by Mikkel Johnson. A nice run it was. So the Vikes knocking at the door again to try to go over the 50-point mark. They have 49, leading 49 to 15. Still 4:57 to go.
Nigel Dawes in at the running back. I see Ricky Fuentes at one of the receiver spots. Is this Siobhan Richardson out to the right? I'm trying to catch.
I think it probably is. Here's Nigel Dahl. Nigel gets to the 10-yard line as he bounces to the outside. That's the left side, and he's knocked down there. Others coming in. I see Sean Rogers, an offensive lineman, is in there. Sean is out of Dearborn, a 6'6", 300-pound sophomore.
Sean Owings in the lineup for the Vikes, tight end.
You mentioned you mentioned Siobhan Richardson. He's wide to the right.
Yep.
Dorton's still the quarterback. Mentioned Sean Rogers is out there, another lineman. A lot of new people playing. Zavon Moore's still in the game at right tackle. Sent a man in motion, give him the ball, and inside the 5, all the way to the goal line goes Ricky Fuentes for the touchdown. Second touchdown by Fuentes on the wide receiver handoff, and he cut it back to the middle. He has a receiving touchdown, now a running touchdown, and the Vikings are over the 50-point mark, 55 to 15.
Wow.
What a second-half explosion this has been.
Well, and you realize we don't want to sound like a broken record, but only had 7 points with about a minute to go in the first half. So this has been done in about a 31-minute stretch.
Here's the kick by Morrow, and it is good. You know, Joe, you're right. We were talking about being down 9-7, and remember the Vikings were using their timeouts to save time so they get the ball back and maybe score to go back in front. So it was that close in the first half. It was 9-7 for a long, long time, but this third quarter started it, and the explosion is on now. Wow, 55 to 15. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back.
The winds, they are a-changing. New weather is blowing in, and boy, can it mess with your tresses. Whether it's a fresh new look or just some good, healthy maintenance, Anita Haircut in Marshall can help you tame that mane, add a few highlights, change up your color, or try a completely new style for a fresh new look. Anita Haircut has over 20 years of experience, great prices, friendly service, and she can style the whole family. Call 886-5662 to schedule an appointment, or stop by Anita Haircut on West Morgan in Marshall today.
55-15 now. Vikings are rolling. Central Methodist next week. That'll be a tough, tough football game. Here's the kick by Morrow, and he gets all of this one, sends it deep, and this time Andy Smith says, we'll just keep it right here in the end zone, take the ball to the 25-yard line. Exciting Missouri Valley College broadcast made possible by Marshall Diesel, Ashford Agency, Heinzler Brothers, all in Marshall, KMMO Marshall, Stretch Internet, and Livestream.com. Well, when this one's over, they'll bring out the soccer goals and get ready for doubleheader Avila in town for soccer tonight.
What time's that scheduled to
Women start at 6, so they're going to be pushing it to get on the field by 5:30 or so.
Yeah, I think so.
First down for the Wildcats. Lewis waits for the snap, takes it. Will hand it off for a few yards across the 30 out to about the 31 or 32-yard line. And that was a new running back that's into the ball game for the Vikings, or rather for the Wildcats. It'll be second down.
Stephen Thayer, one of the Vikes, in on the stop there. Now Lewis going to get sacked in the backfield. He drops back and he's hit. He's trying to throw downfield. He's nailed before he gets turned around. We'll try to get the Viking that made the sack. I think that was Desir. I think that was Jeff Desir, the 279-pound freshman out of St. Louis that got in there that time.
Tyler Vea is the new running back that's in there. Wanted to get his name in for you. He's the third running back used. Third down. Lewis throws, and it's caught. Ball was almost picked, and then it's caught by Will Kona. One of the Vikings came in, tried to jump that route, missed the ball. Kona makes the catch, and it's another third down conversion. First down at the 39-yard line.
Was that Cedric O'Hara? I think he saw nothing but green pasture ahead of him.
So first down. Lewis back to throw again. He's hit from behind. Down he goes. That'll be a sack.
That was O'Hara. Cedric O'Hara got to him.
O'Hara, the linebacker, the freshman. And it's second down and 13. Culver trying to throw on every play now. Game is not in doubt at all. Second down and about 12. Lewis out of the shotgun, takes the snap, throws to the side and throws it by Kona. It'll be third down.
Terrence Hollins White on the coverage that time for the Vikings. So a lot of these younger players getting into the lineup, getting a lot of playing time here this afternoon. That always makes homecoming more special. The more people you can get in the action of one type or another, be it football, be it float decorating, be it running the 5K, whatever, it makes it that much more special.
56-15. I think it said 55-15. Forgot the extra point. 56-15. Third down and 13. Lewis takes the snap. Pocket holds, throws it deep. There's nobody there but defenders, and Hollins White was back there. He wanted the pick, but he couldn't come up with it. He probably would have been out of bounds anyway, and so the Vikings take over deep in Culver territory. Yeah, if you joined us now, you'd think, well, blowout, but if you joined us in the first half, it was quite a football game for a while.
Yeah, and Culver really dominated. We didn't get statistics at the first half, so I don't know what, but I'd say Culver had a lot of yards in that first half.
Now it's fourth down. I said it was fourth down before, but now it's fourth down. Here comes the punt.
Whoa.
Vikings after it. Don't get it. Nice spiral. It's going to be taken by McCall. He wants to return another one. He gets to the 30. Tries to get to the sideline. Sheds a tackler to the 40. Up the sideline to midfield. He's got one man to beat. It's the punter. He's to the 30. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. 5. McHale Johnson. Touchdown.
Wow.
What a run up that right sideline. The Vikings are over the 60-point mark, and they are doing it all here in the second half.
I'm going to guess that's about a 72-yard return. I don't know exactly, but wow.
What a touchdown return. Finding his spot, eluding tacklers, and about midfield, he saw nothing but green. He had one man to beat. That was the punter. Made a move on him, and he takes it in for a score.
You know, Ken, we're going to name a Ted Chitwood Award winners. You said a minute ago there are a lot of Vikings that could have been named for that award today. It's going to be a tough call.
Going to be a tough call. How about this punt return right here? The extra point is good, and the Vikings have exploded. 63-15. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
If you have friends and family planning to visit for the holidays but don't have the space for everyone, direct them to the award-winning Comfort Inn Marshall Station. Their manager, Gracie Bowles, guarantees that your family will truly be living in comfort at Comfort Inn Marshall Station. With a hot breakfast, indoor pool, spa, free local calls, and their convenient location on West College, the award-winning Comfort Inn Marshall Station is the place for them to stay. Call them today at 886-8080. That's 886-8080.
Your math is better than mine, Joe. All 49 points in the second half.
That's a bunch. And then add 7 more to that, 56 points in the second half plus 1 minute.
Wow. That is something else. And that was just a great punt return by Mikal Johnson. Mikal is a junior.
You can see that one coming, though, when he broke that first wave of tacklers. All he had to do was beat the punter, and he got that done and took it to the house.
Well, Morrow will kick it off. 49 second half points. And this one sends Smith back into the back of the end zone where he takes a knee. We still have 2:03 to go. Flag is down.
Not another one.
And the way the Vikings are applauding, it may be on one of the Wildcats.
Well, partner, you think it's safe for me to head down
I
the field?
think it's safe for you to head down the field.
Can you hang on to this one?
Yep. I'm still not going to go to the pool for you tonight. I don't know. So Joe Hall will go down to the sideline, and Vikings will have this one in the book. 2:03 to go. Personal foul on the receiving team, so a little frustration there. This ball's going to go all the way back inside the 15-yard line. We'll have a couple of comments with the coach coming up. And, boy, I'll tell you, next week we'll be on the road in Fayette. If you're in the area, I hope you can make it because that will be one tough football game. Well, the Vikings have exploded here in the second half for 49 points. They'll keep it on the ground. And a gain of a couple of yards. It'll be second down and about 8. Clock moving, under 3 minutes to go now. And that was Taialavea carrying the football. Karasoma Taialavea. And he picked up a couple of yards. It'll be second down and about 8. Lewis back to throw it. Pocket collapses. He's going to be sacked. And Thayer is in there, I believe. So it's going to be third down. I think Thayer's the one that had him wrapped up. Now that will be a loss of a couple. It'll go as a sack. So it's going to be third down. Clock is now down to 1:12 and counting. So Vikes are going to wrap this one up. Jake Hoffman got hurt in the first quarter, and he was really having a game for Culver. Here's Lewis rolling. He wants to take off with it. Vikes grab him from behind, short of the first down. Hyman with the tackle. And now we're down to 50 seconds to go, so Culver may not hit. They'll run one more play, and they'll come in to punt it away. Valley, big second half. 49 second half points to dominate this one now, 63-15. But it was a slow start. Bruce Reyes, 5 touchdown passes. Adams had a touchdown pass. Had a run by Dorton. Had a punt return by Johnson. Most of it in the second half. About Darius Adams, though, his drive gave the Vikings their first touchdown. Really kind of got this crowd back into the game. Here, fair catch was called for by Jarrell, so he lets this one go. And diving on it was Jones at the 40-yard line. He wanted to make sure we saw he was in the game. So La'Kavian Jones dives on that ball at the 40-yard line. Vikings now will go to the victory formation, and they will have a pretty impressive win tonight, 63-15. Nine touchdowns by the Vikings. 7 of them here in the second half. They'll go to the victory formation. Dorton, who has one of the touchdowns, will take the snap, and this game will be over. And the Vikes will have the win, and we'll head on. There's the knee by Dorton, and that'll do it. A nice homecoming win for the Vikings, 63-15 over the CulverStockton Wildcats. We'll start the postgame in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Sturhan Jewelers is your official game day jewelry headquarters. Our handcrafted by Sturhan's Mizzou jewelry has received wide acclaim, made in gold and a very affordable sterling silver. And we now have a Missouri Valley Viking jewelry line, all Sturhan originals. Custom glassware and personalized gifts for all your area high schools. Sturhan Jewelers is your full-service jewelry store located on the east side of the Marshall Square.
The one name you need to know for maintenance and repair on your diesel is Marshall Diesel. Marshall Diesel does everything from oil changes to overhauls. And if you think you can handle the job yourself, they'll sell you exhaust parts, filters, belts, hoses, air valves, brake parts, and more. Marshall Diesel also has 1,100 cranking amp batteries, open 8 to 5 weekdays till noon on Saturday. Call Randy Adams at 886-8646 to get your work done at Marshall Diesel. 758 North Miami and Marshall. Credit cards welcome. See MarshallDiesel.com.
Well, the Vikings win this one. Impressive second half, 63-15, leading 14-9 at the break. But they just rolled in the second half, scoring 7 of their 9 touchdowns in the final 30 minutes of this one to win it quite easily, 63-15. But as we pointed out several times, if you were with us, that first half was something else, as the Wildcats had a 9-7 lead late in the first half. But unfortunately for them, as many possessions as they had in the first half, they could not get into the end zone. And the Vikings scored late in the first half to take the lead and then just opened it up. Remember, to start the second half, the Vikings fumbled the opening kickoff, but they were able to get that fumble recovery. Even though the Wildcats thought they had it, the Vikings went down to score, and that really opened the floodgates, and they scored 7 times in the second half. Let's take another break. When we come back, Joe will have the coach, and we'll also have the Ted Chitwood winner, which goes to a senior player on the Viking team. That's all coming up on the Viking Sports Network.
At Coleman Collision in Marshall, they know you have a choice when it comes to collision repair.
Is a minute just fine, or?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, we're way done, aren't we? Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up as soon as Joe's done then.
Got it.
Lifetime warranty, and you'll get your vehicle back as quickly as possible. If you need a reference,
I didn't hear.
Just ask your neighbor. And if your vehicle needs a little fixing, see Coleman Collision on South Odell.
This is Bucky, making repairs invisible since 2003. Call me at 886-4141.
Has to be a senior, so.
One of Marshall's oldest restaurants has a whole new look and an expanded menu. The new
Who?
owners hope you'll stop by Joanne's and give them a try. Open 4 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I think
6 days a week. They offer breakfast anytime and now have deep fryers. Everything on the menu is fresh and bought right here in Marshall. Now that helps us all. Come try the all-new Joanne's on Court Street in Marshall. Stop in or call in your order. 886-7771.
Come taste what our Nana and Papa make at Joanne's in Marshall.
Vikings win this one by the score of 63-15. Scoring 7 touchdown passes scoring 7 touchdowns in the second half. Bruce Reyes had 5 touchdown passes. Darius Adams had 1. A punt return as well for a touchdown by Mikael Johnson. So an impressive ball game for the Vikings, and they win it 63-15. is our score. We'll have the comment with the coach coming up here in just a minute, and then we're going to have to get ready for our next doubleheader coming up at 6 o'clock. Then I see the women's soccer team coming out, and they'll start warming up. They'll start getting ready for their game against Avalon. That should be a good doubleheader as those teams will go at it, both the Vikings and the Avila Eagles. Had a pretty impressive day with the Hall of Fame banquet, and also had the 4 alumni who were honored. We have the Chitwood Award coming up here, and we're going to head down to the field just a moment as Joe Auld is down there, and he has Paul Troth. And we'll visit with the coach for just a moment, then we'll get ready for soccer. But it was a 9-7 game late in the first half when the Vikings scored. And then they just opened it up in the second half. Let's go down to the field, I think. Let's go down to the field for Joe Auld. I think he's ready to go.
Okay, Ken, we've got Coach Paul Troth. Coach, a nice 63-15 homecoming win. Offense a little sluggish in the first half, and boy, right near the end of the first half, you get a touchdown, and wow, what an explosion that second half by your offense.
Well, we did, we made some mistakes first half and didn't have any points to show for it, and I thought the kids did a nice job. We kind of went back to work second half and obviously got some big plays, and then that kind of broke it open.
Well, how about your defense in the first half? CulverStockton gets into your territory at least 4 different times. They get 3 field goals out of the deal, so they did a good job.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that was the thing. We kind of put them in a tough spot a couple of times with the turnover, and they were able to drive the ball down there and get close, but we kept them out of the end zone the first half, and that obviously turned out to be huge. Kept the momentum from going too far their way.
And Jarrell Davis, the Ted Chitwood Award winner, he's a big playmaker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's made plays for us all year, and he's a threat to go all the way at any time. So whether it's kick return or pass receiving, he's one of our players, and we need him to play well.
Next week, one of your arch rivals, Central Methodist, on the road.
Yeah, we've put ourselves in a chase position. We're a game down of first place, so we got no margin for error. We have to come out and make sure we take care of business each week. So we'll go to work on Central Methodist. They're always tough over there. So, we'll get ready and we'll go and get after it.
Coach, congratulations. Nice homecoming win. We'll see you next Saturday.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Okay. And, Ken, I think we might try to get Jarrell Davis in just a minute if we can.
Get Jarrell.
If you hold on just a minute, I'll see if I can get...
We'll see if we can't get him. Jarrell is a big playmaker. And, of course, he had a big, after the Vikings trailed, he had a big kick return, kick return to set up the Vikings before their first touchdown, and that was big for the Vikings. So let's see if we can't get number 10 over here for just a moment and visit with Joe for a couple of minutes. He wins the award, and let's go back down to the field and Joe Auld.
Okay, Ken, thanks. I've got the Chitwood Award winner, Jarrell Davis, and boy, what your offense just exploded in that second half. What brought you guys to life?
We came out in the first half. We came out a little slow, and we came into to the second half. We went into the locker room. Coach McGarvey, he pumped us up. He got us excited, and gave us some good words, some great advice, and we just got fired up that second half. We wanted to win. We didn't want to come out and let it be a close game. We started clicking. The offense started clicking. Bruce had a great game. The line was blocking really amazing, and gave Bruce all the time he needed to get the ball downfield. Our receivers were running our routes nice. We're getting open and started clicking. We had a great game.
Jarrell, you got the Chitwood Award today. That's a very special homecoming honor here at Missouri Valley. What does this award mean to you?
Oh, this means a lot. This is a great accomplishment. I never imagined it. I didn't even know today when they called my name and told me I had it. I just was like, wow, it's amazing. I'm greatly appreciated by it. I love it. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Big rival game next week. You go on the road, you take on the Central Methodist Eagles. What are you seniors going to do to get everybody ready for that game?
We're going to come out hard and practice hard this next week of practice. We got to get prepared. We can't underestimate nobody. CMU, they're good. They're a good opponent, and it is a rivalry game, so they're always a good game. So I mean, we're going to come out hard, and we're going to practice hard this whole week and get ready and hopefully come out just like we did today and put up some good numbers.
We certainly enjoy watching you play. You're a great playmaker. You got great speed, great moves. You do so many different things, and congratulations, and we'll go get them next week.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jarrell.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jarrell. Thank you, Coach. And thanks all of you for listening and watching today as the Vikings win this one 63-15. For our entire live stream crew and for Joe Wall, I'm Ken Cuiava. So long for Marshall. Vikings win the homecoming game over Culver 63-15. For you on the live stream, hang around about a half hour. We'll be back with soccer as both Valley teams take on Avila's homecoming week continues. So long for just a while from Marshall.
Missouri